And we're live. How's it going? I see Moonchi and Law are already here. I think I saw the good old days. And Dilly Philly. Yeah. Speaking of what Dilly Philly said, yeah, I have actually heard of the Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger manga. I was actually planning on doing a video on it, like maybe the week after the next. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure the series is over. Like, it's 20 chapters or so. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. So, hello, Law. Wait, y'all can hear me, right? Hang on. I should probably put it on this screen. Yeah. Golden Archer, hello. Impero. What was I doing after this? Oh, right here. What was that? Oh, yeah. There it is. Wait, no, it's password. And then there's mod fog mod. Oh, hello, Solar Knight. Someone earlier in chat mentioned Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger. I think. Yeah, Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger. I actually need to actually finish the series. I've only read halfway through, but I might make a video on it. The video you're getting after hello, Choron. Is it? Oh yeah. It's literally about a raw wolf that likes ramen and a tiger that likes curry going out and eating food. It's not very complicated. It's in that soft gayness kind of area where it's they're not quite gay, but if they were gay, you'd be like, oh, well, figures. You know? The manga I actually intend. This week you're getting that brand new Animal video. Also, any of those in the fucking Discord, what do you think of the brand new Animal video? I fucking shared the Patreon preview to it fucking hours ago. What do you think of it? But after that brand new Animal video, I want to make a video about Ruri Dragon. It's a great series. Oh, shit. Bubble bath. Do y'all have anything else to talk about? Because fucking I don't. I'm gonna save all of what I have to say about Ruri Dragon for the video next week. Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity Collection. What's in it? Oh, it contains Ash Blossom, Nibiru, Effect Veiler, and Imperm, Amberon de Fleur, and Savage Dragon, and Egyptian God Slime. prosperity, talent, and droplet. Holy shit. That's insane. That is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we're only 10. We're not counting Egyptian God Slime. That is 10 staples in this pack. What? That is insane. That is incredibly good. Those are cards that usually go for like 30 to 50 bucks, and they're just like, wait, you just have all of them in one pack. And they're all like varying high tier rarities. What the fuck? Magic would never. This is like them reprinting like a fucking I don't know enough magic staples to do this. This is definitely like them putting fucking Black Lotus in a pack and with like just like increasing rarities. This is insane. Go to like $2. Wait, is it 2 or 20? Oh, yeah. I can't see. I'd imagine it because, like, yeah. This is fucking holy shit. These are like all great cards, and you're just like, oh yeah, here, just fucking have them. Oh, this is generally one of the best products Konami has made in like ages. Oh, come on. Trying to start the game, but it's being annoying. Ooh. Where is it? There we go. Y'all are seeing and hearing this, right? Cool. Oh. I was staying in like a specific spot to get it to work. Where the fuck are we going? Fuck it, we'll just go inside late Ray Lucario. We have the key. Right, I need to get Riot's quest before I can fucking It's like right here, isn't it? Oh no, you can see it from here. Yeah, we'll just go there. Uh-oh. Well, I don't fucking remember shit. It's been a while. No. Ow. Die. Oh fuck, our quest is bugged. It is blinked. It's a postponed plan and hang out with a friend this weekend for fear of getting them sick. Oh. What do you mean? Like last Elden Ring stream? Fucking no. I don't even think I got any great runes. No, fuck, I should do that. Oh, I did get the whatchamacallit, Rivers of Blood, which is neat. Yeah, that's true. That is what we did last stream. Oh god, you're like covering up the entire fucking path. Move. Bird. Dunk. Oh, what the why is that so big? Why is that so big? That's one of those fucking hands, but like, why was it like so big? I've literally never seen anything like that before. I don't even know if it's in the, like the regular game or if that's like a bug or glitch or something. I've never seen them literally be like that big. I'm not fucking with that anymore. Good lord. Why are there trees here? Oh, you got that electrical the Pokeball replica. That's nice. Fire Drake Talisman. I have. Don't I have all versions of the Fire Drake Talisman? No, I'll check in a second. Oh yeah, what would this take me? I forgot this is a randomizer. I'm not gonna actually go into Radio Lucaria. Oh. Is this? Oh right, this is a boss. I forgot. Hello? Where are you? Oh, it's the Mimic Deer. Hello? Hey. Owie. Eh? Yeah. Oh, right, I forgot I had those. That's annoying. There we go. Easy enough. Whoa, Godrix? Okay. Yeah, you can choose the Mimic Tier by getting naked, since he spawns with whatever you have equipped, and if you have nothing equipped, he'll have nothing. Though granted, choosing the Mimic Tier really is more of a thing you do for fun than like necessity. Boss back. Ow, I fucked up that dodge. Oh my god. Thou art of passing skill. I missed. Whoop. Owie. Eh. Owie. I'm bad at Margate, if you haven't been able to tell. I've just never been good at Margate. I've just never learned his patterns or anything, so fuck it. Huh? Are you doing? Oh yeah, I got Wingstop before stream started. Chat. I have fries and chicken. Ow. I fucked that right on up. What? Ugh. Mission. Yeah. Huh. See ya, Moonchi. Oh yeah, aren't you playing Spider-Man? Oh, I gotta heal. What fucking phase 2 theme is this? Because it does not sound like Nile. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. God damn it. Is this getting a bit laggy for anyone else? Because I feel like my frames are dropping like during this fight, and I'm not sure why. Goddamn. Ow. Yeah, I'm so glad I put some blues in. Damn. Honestly, Morgoth's really, really hard when he has like this in-game damage scaling because he's really good at getting those like small stray hits. But with this kind of damage, that stuff's just so punishing. Get back, get back. Uh-oh. Fuck. How many? Oh, I have one more. That's not good. Oh, what? I dodged that second one. Ow. Uh-oh. I thought that would kill. Ah, nuts. Hello, Blue Lego Crane. It's working fine. I just have to actually, like, learn how to fight Market. I actually have a lot of souls on me, so. Oh. Oh, fuck. That's all my, hang on. I have to fucking reach a grace so I can spend my souls. The issue isn't the fit. It's that I have, like, fucking, oh, this is backwards. Whatever. We'll just pop this. Why not? Oh. Yeah, one of the issues is definitely that I have, like, a +2 flask. So, like, while I have, a lot of stuff to heal, he don't heal very much. What is it? Mixed Wondrous Physic. I don't need the dodge roll one. Yeah, I do. I probably should have bought some fucking poison sticks. What the hell? Why are you right there? What the shit? What? Damn, I can't see when you're... Whoop. Rock. Uh-huh. Is this the Goskin Duos theme? Ah! He could have killed me right there if he went for like that 2 slash with his light sword. I probably have backed off the heal. Isn't this boss from Arena also kind of small from... Ah! I don't know how that thrust didn't hit me. When you're on such low health that the like resurrection physic procs instantly. Ah. Oh, shit. Come on. Woo! Uh-oh. I forgot I was gonna go for the healing spell. His tail, you know, he just does like a spin attack with his tail. That's it. Hits me with the tail whip. Pokemon reference. Oh, right. I need to refill my whatchamacallits. Come on, I'm doing the dodges. Damn. Oh, that healed nothing. What? How'd that miss? It was like right in front of me. Damn it! Stop it! God damn it! This man's combos are too ambiguous for him to be doing this much damage. Come on, break your fucking posture! There we go! Ah, jeez. There we go! Alright. Yeah, like, the boss is great in concept, but man, he really should not be doing this much damage. He has a lot of feints and ambiguous, yeah, fucking sure, I'll just take all this. He has a lot of, well, yeah, I'll take 50. He has a lot of feints and ambiguous combos, so letting him do, like, fucking half a health bar worth of damage with one hit is really crazy. It's hard to, because it's like, it's really punishing for, hang on, let me get the words right. His moves are very ambiguous, with lots of feints and ways he can do his combo. So when he's capable of doing like half health bar off of like a stray hit, he becomes extremely punishing, meaning you have to play it very safe. And well, Choron, when you say Amores, do you mean like fucking the dude from another Eidos? Okay. I know I've said this a lot, but I still need to get back into playing another Eidos. Where the fuck else can we go? Might be able to get across. I want to check out the Turtle Pope. Oh, thingy. Also got Summerstone Miner's Bell Bearing. That's actually not half bad. Fairly useful, to be honest. Oh, right. I forgot there was one of those just kind of chilling around here. I need to run. I also need to start leveling up my decks. God, the game has surround sound, and I can just fucking hear him stomping to my right. All right, give me your souls. I'll take it. I do need to level up, so I do actually need to beat stuff up. It only goes aggressive and high difficulty when they have new attack bonus. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm not fighting that. That's a whole shitload of enemies. I'm not doing that. Sure, I'll beat up some birds and whatever the fuck that is. Squirrel? No. Oh, shit, nigga. Is there a Tibia Mariner, or is it just spawning that? Ah. Dude hit me while I was sitting at a grace. Gashadokuro, that's what they're called, the skeletons.
Do you know how it came? Well, the shatter it is
blah 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 blah.
Oh, you are free. I would serve
Blah 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 blah. Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, what very well. Heresy is all thing.
Well, oh wow, Stars of Ruin.
Oh, what very well. Heresy is all thing.
Flame Fortification, Bestial Constitution, yeah, because like projectiles don't despawn, meaning you can't get up. Okay. I'll take O Flame. Well, there's nothing cool over here. Might as well go to that one. I would use it, but I have... What? Yeah, you can see me kind of running ahead before I turned. I thought to myself that I should that I should get the fuck out of here, but I was like, I doubled back so I could kill that one enemy, and I fucking paid for it. Gotcha. Oh, whoa, I'm dead. Yes. I didn't expect that fucking ballista to murder my horse in one hit. How far can that ballista shoot? I don't know how much HP Torrent has. Clearly not enough. Am I heading the right way, or am I just being stupid? No, I'm being stupid. What the hell? Oh, get me out. Ugh. What the fuck did he just throw at me? Did he just throw a fucking, the undead hunter's charm? I didn't know enemies could do that. So, Chad, how's it going for y'all? I'm over here fucking trying to find out where we need to go next. I did get a bunch of souls from killing Margit, so that was honestly worth it. Oh, I should actually give the maiden my bell bearings. Where are they? Yeah, I have 3. Ah, dog! What the fuck? Oh, right. I forgot. Foggate randomizer. Whoopsies. Where to now? Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, I was worried about that. The way the fucking loading screen looked, I was like, oh, hell, it's probably doing a thingy. Oh, let's hope that save file didn't get corrupted, crashing during a load screen. That's what I didn't do. Hang on. Come on. Game's not frozen. I can still flip to the tooltips. Yeah, it's not frozen. It's just taking a long time to load, hopefully. I'm gonna give it a second. If not, I think we all know how we're going to be spending the stream. If this game's blinked, I think we all know what I'm going to be doing. So, y'all got anything worth mentioning? Because I sure as fuck don't. Oh, this game is loading, hopefully, maybe? I'm still waiting for that new character to be added to Dislight. Should be added Monday. FNAF movie. Well, did you go see it? Was it good? I know Dust went to see it. I know they liked it, but they're into like fucking FNAF. No, I've not seen it, and I probably won't. Never really been. I haven't been into FNAF since like middle school, if that tells you anything. FNAF 2 was brand new when I was on the fucking FNAF. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't looking good, chat. It's going to hit it with an Alt F4. Try it again. What the shit? Didn't I just Alt F4 you? What just happened? What? Oh god, what the fuck happened? Because my screen's still on like the loading screen. What the shit? Okay, kinda. Wait, okay, so what the hell are y'all seeing? Because on my screen, I'm physically still seeing that loading screen, but it's clear that the game's closed. Okay, yeah, so, chat. I have no idea what the fuck happened to Elden Ring. I guess this means we're doing password. Okay, so y'all are still seeing the loading screen. I fucking Alt F forward. Yeah, what the hell? The program's not even open. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. Hang on, Control Alt Delete. Task Manager. Don't need to just forcefully end fog mod? What the shit? Okay, is it gone now? Okay. I'm not sure what the fuck that was. Do we try to, chat, do we try to open Elden Ring again, or do we just fucking boot up password? Trying again. Okay, so the fucking start screens, the fucking, these are working. Oh. So the game isn't frozen. Oh. Hello. Hello, Ray. No easy kill. Do you mean fucking Shamash? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Elden Ring. This ain't it. Oh dear. Looks like the fire guy from Demon Slayer. You mean Rengoku? Rengoku? Gosh. Yeah, Rengoku. That's who they should be talking about. So that's what I think. Yeah, this is not working. This is not working. This loading screen isn't going further than this. It's doing the thing again where Alt F4 isn't working. You have to end it from the yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, Ray, but it doesn't look like we'll be doing we'll be playing Elden Ring cuz yeah, that loading screen isn't going away. Yeah, Rengoku does win Purgatory. So it's also the name of his like ultimate attack, like Form 13, I think. It's been a while. No, I have to fucking go to Task Manager and kill like Elden Ring completely to get it going. What am I doing? What am I doing? I should fucking yeah. I gotta switch the thumbnail and all that garbage now. I was also playing Dislight off to the side. You may have been able to tell, chat. I got promoted to like fucking diamond rank in this knockout thingy. I'm doing good in PvP. Woo. Yeah. Wait. Edit that on description. Oh no. Elden Ring crashed, so we're password because Elden Ring crashed. Oh fuck that! Yeah. But if it did fuck up my install, I'm just gonna tell you now, we won't be able to uninstall and reinstall Elden Ring within like stream's time. Where the fuck did I leave it? What do you mean 2D only? Where's my... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, murder mystery. There we go. Password, because Elden Ring crashed. Alright, let's fucking boot up this bitch. I think maybe... depend on... I think... I'm not even sure. Like, I think Echo might actually have some like animations in it, but only in one specific route for like a specific scene. Oh right, yeah. We gotta switch the password. Close fog. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. You haven't, we've been sharing password for a while. Oh, God, where do we start? Hold on, where the fuck? Show me password. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Password is a visual novel. It's about this hyena named Dave. He and his friends get like a trip to go, like a deal. Okay, so, all right, everyone help me explain this because I'm gonna be missing stuff. He and his buddies get like a trip to basically spend a month in a mansion, and this is like the turn of their like lives after college or not going to college when they're probably going to see each other for the last time. They go to this weird mansion in the mountains, the Oz Hammond Manor. And then they're like, okay, yeah, this is so cool. This is this is Tyson. We're doing his route. He's Dave's love interest. He's one of Dave's love interest. And what was it? He was kind of a bully in Dave's past, so his friend group doesn't really like him, but that's not too important. What is important is that in the basement of the manor, there's this vault. We're getting there. And by entering a password into the vault, Dave basically knocks himself the fuck out and gets a vision of the future, or of a potential future, usually of someone fucking dying. So Dave uses that to save Tyson and even the butler, Benson. The master of the manor reveals himself, Oswin, and he's like, oh yeah, that's this whole thing. Basically reveals potential futures, whatever, kind of like Future Sight, but only like traumatic events, so there's that. It only shows you trauma that might happen in your future. Sorry, my time machine kind of sucks. And there's also this rat, Thanatos. Think of him as the AI that guards the time machine. He has an unnamed master who's apparently doing an experiment on Dave and his friends. And it's his whole thing. Dad was murdered. All in the basement of that leveraged trauma to give you this vision of past iterations of the universe. Yes. However, there's also this mob boss guy, Memphis, who really wants the fucking vault in the manor. And to that end, he's basically blocked off the road, and now the house is under siege, the manor. Oh yeah, also, this is Roswell, one of the friends. He's dying of something. We're not sure. We're not quite sure. If I hadn't thought, I hadn't considered looking. Do I have a fire? Going up. Okay. Yeah, Roswell? Immediately, I looked around for Thanatos and breathed out upon not seeing him, shaking my head. For a moment, I thought, well, thought what? Thanatos, after yesterday. Ah, that, right. I gave Roswell a look. It was good that he seemed... they seemed better compared to the day before, but I wondered why. Is that like a doctor emoji? Are you feeling okay? Yeah, that's the joke we made. He has the fucking star thingy. I'm feeling better. Well, better than I did yesterday, that's for sure. Do you know why? Oh, fucking, I forgot to do that. Shy of bed rest, it'd likely be something Oswin drugged me with. Said it'd take some time to kick in, but it should get me going. We're playing password. Oop, I don't know how to spell password. Elden Ring crashed. Every time I go to hit the A key, I always hit caps lock. I just got a side effect of seeing you and having visions independently. Yeah, kinda. At least we think. Because they've got a vision of the future that, Thanatos did not show him, so it's a whole thing. It's spoopy. It's spooping. Oop. Oh, fuck. Wait, when did that happen? He seemed to think it over, scratching his chin. I guess it'd have to have been sometime after you found me in the rec room. After Thanatos knocked me out, you mean? After he knocked us both out. But you woke up sometime after that. Yeah, Toslin injecting me with something. Really needs to stop doing that. Given how much better I'm feeling by comparison, I think I'd be willing to give him a pass on it. Isn't there like multiple cases of like people hiding their identity when winning the lottery and stuff? Oh, chat, actually, hang on real quick. I have a manga recommendation that I think you should read. I just need to fucking find it. Grumbling, I shook my head. So, no Thanatos and no idea why he did what he did? Y'all should read the manga. I asked my first girlfriend why she went out with me. I'm not going to tell you anything about it other than that it's really good. It's one of those one-page kind of Twitter comics, and it's just amazing. It's one of my favorites. Ignore like the 6-star rating. It's only because, it's a bit hard of a read. Read it. I asked my first girlfriend why she went out with me. So no Thanatos and no idea why he did what he did. Again, Roswell seemed lost in thought. A small frown forming the longer he didn't say anything. Roswell? Sorry, maybe that's the short answer anyway. And the long answer? Do you remember much about what happened when you came to the rec room yesterday? I showed up, you had a medal, and said, it was a trap, yeah. I sat down the stairs. He sat down on the stairs, chin cradled in his hands as he waited for me to join him. Admittedly, I don't really remember how I got to the rec room, just that I was kind of in a daze. I remember running into Thanatos somewhere just outside of my room, though, and he must have led me somewhere? In the medal? That part I remember. He handed it over to me shortly after I collapsed into the beanbag. Alright, and the medal is where now? Oh, right! Also, evidently, if they get all the medals, they can open the vault to see what's actually inside. From what we've heard, what's inside the vault is a miracle cure-all drug, a literal panacea, but it only works for one person, and they're dead now, so... That's your update, chat. Is everyone caught up? Everyone understand what's going on? Good. Yeah. In my room, but when he handed it over, I remember him saying something like, now we just have to wait for the hyena to show up, and a few minutes later, you did. You knew it was a trap just from that? You tell me, Dave. I don't think throwing a party upon your arrival was the plan. Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't think the trap was going to be a literal sound trap, though. What does he get out of knocking us both out, though? Why was I out until this morning, but you were woken up? I couldn't tell you. Maybe because I was being medicated was why I woke up, not that I was awake for long before sleeping again. Remind me to take a page out of Tyson's book when I see him again. Thanatos needs to stop being a jerk and knocking people out. Catch him off guard near an open window and you might be able to enjoy a little bit of defenestration. Woo, big boy word! Dave had to choose what? Roswell, it's too early for long words. I mean, throwing him out the window. You know, I'd probably be fine with that, if only once. So what happens now? I don't think there's much to really talk about, is there, except... He turned to me with a wry smile, almost as if he knew what was going to be said before I did. Except what's happening later today with Dominic. Right. Well, I don't think there's much to talk about, is there? Sure there is. Osden is going, sure, but are you fine being the one to go with him? Being fine with it is relative, all things considered. It makes sense that I'd go. With how I'm feeling now, minus the nerves, I could probably move a mountain. Even though it's dangerous? That's where the nerves are. I guess I could rely on being lucky and things are going to turn out okay, but, well... That's it? You're just going to hope you're lucky? What if something happens? then we deal with it. Then. I don't think we're really able to plan around something going wrong out there, or at least I'm not going to have any options once I'm out there. What of us back here? You'll have Benson, plus everyone else to formulate a plan. Or an escape, potentially. I'd probably leave that to Benson to know what's best. No, Chad, I have to fucking stretch. Jeez. Right. Do we know when it's happening? At least? No, just that it's going to happen today at some point. Alright, well, I should probably put some time aside to get a few things prepared, just in case. Mind if I borrow your flashlight? Yeah, of course. You'll need it to get back if it's dark at all. Thanks, which really only leaves one thing. Which is what? To wait, really. Beyond me mentally preparing myself, of course. Nothing else? Just waiting? Well, I could go for some coffee, not to mention, I did also have a favor to ask. What's the favor? So I imagine that I'm going to be mentally preparing for the worst. I'm not going to want to be distracted, so to that end, I think, Orlando might need some company today. Why Orlando? No issue with it, I guess, just curious. Given his dad is on the mountain, I imagine a potential confrontation is, doing wonders for his nerves. Right, I guess that makes sense. It'll be easy, just take his mind off things with games or like, until it's time. Once I leave with Oswin, then it's going to get a little harder just with, well, the waiting, I imagine. And you're going to spend all this time by yourself, preparing. Not all of it. I want to go talk to Tyson at some point. Maybe Sal. How come? Making a calculated gamble. If there are any problems, I trust those two to be able to help Benson the most. Not someone like Dean? Dean is the backup, in case something goes wrong in there. He's the best one to try and lead a rescue mission. Not that I'd be for that, but in the worst case scenario, we need to be ready. Gosh, everything's so fucking dramatic and tense. I forgot where we were in this game, you know? Chad, I'm using one of those reusable metal straws, and hearing the ice in my glass clink against it is like annoying the hell out of me. I can't lift it up without just fucking... ugh. I guess so. I wasn't sure I really believed him, but I think a lot of it was buried by my uncertainty of how the day was going to go. Just coffee. Let's do the coffee and wait for the others. Sounds good. Roswell and I made some coffee and sat in the dining room. He seemed to drink his down as if there was nothing wrong on the horizon, while I sipped on mine and finished it off only once it had gone cold. Slowly, the others started to file in, quietly sitting down at the table, but it was clear we were all troubled, likely about the same thing. It was clear when Roswell got up from the table and left, off to mentally prepare for whatever, and we all looked at one another once he was gone. So, today's the day. Yeah, short of it, I guess. Sort of, I guess. And we get to go home. Assuming everything goes well with the deal, right? Seemed like Roswell was feeling better too. That's what he said before everyone else got up, that he was feeling better anyway. Alright, how are you feeling by the way, Dave? You gave us a bit of scare when you didn't come back yesterday. Same as the rest of you, I guess, though can someone fill in the blanks? What happened after I blacked out? Oh, well, you didn't come back. We all went up to the rec room to see what happened. Found you and Roswell passed out, and that's about it, really. Not entirely true. He's forgetting the part where Roswell had a medal with him. Virgo, I think. No Thanatos? Wasn't there as far as I remember. Well, there was someone else. What? Who? Oswin. Right, he showed up shortly after we did and checked you both over. Then when he was convinced you were both fine, took Roswell away and put him in bed. Left putting you in bed to me. Oh, well, thanks for putting me somewhere comfortable at least. Oh gosh. Wait, is day 24 the final day? Is this like the end of the game? The Tyson Route finale? Oh well, thanks for blah 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 blah. It was strange. It was strange. It was strange. It was as if he knew that you two were unconscious, though. It was strange. It was as if he knew that you two were... Yeah. It's a shame we only heard about this after you got back downstairs. Something about him isn't adding up. Don't worry, I have questions that Benson's willing to answer later about just that. It's a shame you missed waffles and chicken, too. It's fine. Maybe I can have chicken and waffles tomorrow night when we're home, or, yeah, whenever that happens. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. What the fuck do you mean it's complicated? Yeah. Oh, speaking of chicken and waffles, I actually have the chicken, no waffles though. Chat, do you prefer bone in or boneless? That's my question for you all. So what the fuck do you mean really dense? Do I have to fucking retry this day like 5 times? What? So we just left to wait. Sounds like it, yeah. You know, there are so many characters in this visual novel and I just do not have that many voices, you know? No, we will not punch Roswell. He's sick and dying of fucking brain cancer, I think. My question was, do you prefer boneless or bone in? Talking about wings. Chimkin. Now back to what Roswell said, the favor he asked. Hey Orlando, how are you holding up given what's about to happen? We're playing Password because Elden Ring was not working. Yeah, I personally prefer boneless because fucking I don't want to have to eat around a fucking bone. What? Me? As good as I can be. Which admittedly isn't all that good. Alright, well, let's go play some games or something. Try to keep our minds off things until it's time. Whenever that might be. In that case, guess I better keep an eye out for Dom. Unless we want him potentially busting the door down. Look to the other two, knowing that Roswell is going to talk to them later. They seem to follow suit and answering the question all the same, though. Oh, yeah. You're playing Password, yeah. Things are going fucking oof, oof. Things are intense. Intense. I might go work out then. Something light to just keep my body doing something. Not a bad idea. I was considering the pool, but perhaps staying indoors is still the right call. Nodding to myself, I figured that was for the best. Why did I start nodding? Okay, do you ever like read a gesture in a book or something and then just start doing it yourself? Because when he said nodding, I started nodding and I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing? You can't even see me. One of these days I'll get a fucking face cam or something. Probably not. I'm saying things, chat. Crunching the cartilage. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what that means, and it sounds really gross. Nodding to myself, I figured this was for the best. If Roswell wanted to talk to the both of them, then being in the same place was likely to make things easier. I also decided to stick with Dean so he wasn't alone, and we all split off, with the exception of Roswell. We each had a buddy with us, so we weren't alone. Good. Elden Ring crashed, like fucking crashed. It was really weird, and it isn't opening up again. We think the installation might be broken, and that's not something I can reinstall. And Elden Ring sure as shit isn't something I can reinstall before like streaming, so we're playing Password. But being alone was the least of our troubles, and I start to understand just how right Roswell was to ask the favor. Bam, 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 bam. Orlando, despite the controller in his hands, was looking somewhat relaxed, and the beanbag was still trembling as he slowly played. I wasn't sure what to say or do in a situation like this, because all there was to do was wait. Yes, we're at Password. Dave? Yeah? Can you stop staring? It's kind of freaking me out. Oh, sorry. Is waiting for this whole thing going down bothering you? Yeah, I spoke with Roswell before everyone got up. It was just so surreal that we're at this point. I'm surprised that he's still able to smile, being put in danger. Being put into danger like this. He's doing it for us. Though. And maybe dying is helping him be brave or reckless. How are you, though? Worried about so much. My friends, you especially, I fear that I'm just not going to be able to do anything to help if anything happens with my dad. He reached over and squeezed my hand lightly, sighing. The goddess Amber, is that a reference to something? What? Okay, I'm actually reacting what Choron wrote. What the fuck? What? I don't eat chicken all that often, but fucking what are you going on about? I think I know what that is, but chewing that is just, hard pass. Dominic can't get here soon enough. I just want this all over. Even knowing that Roswell is going to be at risk? Can't be helped. No amount of talking to him would change his mind either. I just hope that he'll be back sooner rather than later. Oh, 7 deadly sins. You and me both. Minutes started to tick by, soon turning into hours. 2 of us just pushing down the fact that we were waiting for so long with nothing happening. No word from the others either. Eventually, the waiting became too much, and we wandered downstairs in need of refreshment. Anything? Not yet. Been watching, but yeah, nothing. Nothing from the front, either. You think maybe he changed his mind? The deal is off? If that's the case, then we would have seen someone by now, right? I guess you're right. Seen any of the others? Roswell was wandering around before looking for Sal, but that was hours ago. And he never showed up again. Cook, I can't, what did you manage to cook? And he never showed up again. Well, I've been outside, so if we returned from the basement, I didn't see him. Fish. Okay, cooked fish, nice. So if we returned from the basement, I didn't see him. How about you, Hoss? Same, I've been out the front, so similar situation. Should we go looking for any of them? I doubt I doubt anything would have happened to them. Which almost certainly means something has, knowing our luck. Cool salmon. Salmon. I should finish the event. Oh yeah, I should finish the event shop too. I should still buy all those tickets from the event shop. I've barely been fucking... Hey now, don't go saying things like that. Tea? Anyone want some tea to take the edge off? I'll have some coffee. Same, if you're putting a pot on. Tea for me, please. Alright, I'll be back. He wandered off, leaving the rest of us to linger in the foyer. So? Guess it's just back to waiting, right? What time is it anyway? Good question. Dean? About 5? Sun's already starting to set, so it'd be around then anyway. Yeah, I know. That's why I really need to do the grinding and get the tickets. What, black bean brownies? I've never heard of those. He really isn't coming, is he? Unless he's wanting to lead us through the dark forest. You don't think that's the point, do you? To make it difficult to return. Frustrated yell echoed from above us down the foyer, quickly followed by the hurried stomps of someone coming downstairs. Where is he? Ozan had stopped halfway down the stairs towards us, breathing heavily and bracing himself on the railing. Who? Thanatos! What did he do? Did something happen? He was gone again before answering Dean's question, though one look between each of us told us that we were all intending on following. Bump, 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 bump. We're gonna try and do cupcakes this weekend. Cool, baking cupcakes. No, I'm thinking of the fucking bacon pancake songs from Adventure Time. I was about to say One Piece. Orlando detoured to go tell Hoss what had happened, whereas Dean and I were following as close behind Oswald as we could, only just catching him head into Roswell's room. As expected, Roswell was here, but how he looked was worrying. He's unconscious. Someone sedated him. He's out cold. But who? My assumption would be either that or that either Thanatos is behind this, or knows for certain just what happened in this room. Wait, you didn't sedate him? I can understand why I came to that conclusion, but no. Given I spent a good deal of effort getting him to the point of being able to leave with me, putting him back under right before Dominic shows up doesn't make much sense now, does it? How do you think Dom is going to show up? How do you know Dom is going to show up? I don't. Tommy is suspicious, as it is, and I would have assumed that if he had shown up, you would have let someone know, or someone would have anyway. In light of such news, I can only assume that he's yet to arrive. Oh, why does it look like Oz is going to punch Orlando? Because he is. It's violence time. Yeah, do fucking Roswell got sedated because someone handed him the Game Boy sedator. You know, the fucking thing from AVGN. He got sedated by a Game Boy. He's playing Tetris. Transchronological menace. Yes. And booty shorts that just read God of Death. Yes. I approached carefully, looking at Rosal. He just seemed to be sleeping, as if nothing was wrong at all. My eyes traveled over to the medal sitting on the bedside table. It was here, like he said, and I wandered over and picked it up. Ah, yes, the Ares medal. Not Virgo? No, who told you that? Orlando did, earlier today. I can understand the confusion, but I assure you that one is Ares. No idea where he picked it up from, truth be told, if it's found, that's only a good thing. Canonically super huggable. Isn't he like canonically like warmer than most people because he's like a dragon or something? But the symbol is a V, isn't it? Dave, this is hardly the time. Can't you see the problem we have in front of us? I don't know what you expect either of us, Oswin. We know as much as you do, and between the three of us, you're the only one qualified to do anything about it. Oswin grumbled, shaking his head. Fair enough. There's nothing I can do. If anything, we're now faced with a very real problem should Dominic arrive. Well, that's all there is to it, right? You'll just have to pick someone else to go with you. Oswald's attention was locked on Rosal the moment Dean stopped talking, and he slowly nodded. Yes, I suppose I will. Dean looked briefly to me before he went back to Oswald, scratching his neck. I volunteer. Noted. Good, I'll get ready then. I never said yes. But who else would be willing to go? That'd be able to go. We need to find Thanatos. If he's behind this, then there's probably a reason. The reason was that he didn't want Roswell going, if any. It didn't feel like he was forcing someone else specific to go instead. just that it wasn't him. Agreed. I'll tuck Roswell into bed before I go searching. I'll head back downstairs and let the others know what's happened. Fuck. Words. Shit. Dean was barely out of the room before I could hear him run into Hoss and Orlando just outside the room. I heard explanation later, and they wandered off quickly in search of relaying the news to Tyson and Sal, along with finding the rat. Dave looked over as Oswald was carefully picking Roswell up, shifting him in his arms before sliding him carefully into bed once the covers were pulled back. We should have a talk. What, are you going to teach me about the birds and the bees? But shh. I don't like the sound of that. Have a dragon pet or... What? Is that supposed to be Phoenix? I don't like the sound of that. It's nothing serious, just overdue. The rat, he's the rat. Oh, fucking... Isn't that the fucking... I forget where that song's from. The rat song. But, I'm gonna go with Phoenix, because the fact that they're immortal makes them significantly easier to take care of, you know? Like, you have to worry about accidentally feeding your dragon chocolate or whatever. If your Phoenix dies, he's just gonna come back a little bit annoyed, you know? What about it? Vincent told me you were asking about whether or not Roswell and I were related again. Yeah, right. Did he tell you that he was willing to answer whatever questions I had after you two had left? He did. And I have a trade I'd like to offer you. Oh, God. I mean, that's true. Hello, cock compot. Fucking, I don't watch Jerma, but the one clip of him I do have memorized is... one clip of his that I have memorized is Leonardo, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, all dead. Only I remain as a performance artist. It's from that fucking Tumblr post where it says, this sounds like something you'd hear from one of those gramophone things in BioShock, only to find like a corpse near it, like a foot, only to find a corpse a foot away. And it's like, yeah, the fact that he says Leonardo da Vinci as if it's like that's like two names, that's what makes it so hilarious to me. Because it's just like, dude, are you okay? Phoenix rebirths when the thing dies. Yes, that's what I want a Phoenix, because it won't fucking die on me. You're going to ask me to go with you into the woods. Too obvious? It's a terrible idea is what it is. It's a terrible idea is what it is. Dean's better suited to it. He's at least good at outdoor stuff. True, he'd make the better choice normally, but there's things that need to be said beyond the range at which a certain rat can listen in. Things about your father, things about Roswell and myself, things just better coming from my mouth. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean, Chad? Oh man, it uses Madeira. Oh, Chad. A fucking... In, what is it? I want to say in Nocturne, there's a weird thing that happens when you're doing the Lucifer boss. Where if you only buff yourself, but not debuff him, and not use no buffs or debuffs at all, only buff yourself, for some reason, Lucifer won't heal himself halfway through the fight. It's when Gnarly did like his no buff or debuff round of Nocturne, and he's like, wait, why the fuck did he? There's like an entire video specifically doing the Lucifer fight, and then once he gives in and only does buffs, he's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Why didn't he heal himself? That was the problem. What's going on? He wants to trade Pokemon cards. I don't really play much Final Fantasy. I know I've said this before, but I don't really like it. As opposed to Benson's. Your choices between me potentially lying to you on the way to me. Your choices are between me potentially lying to you on the way to me being held as collateral to get you all home safely, or half-truths from Benson. Pick your poison. So tell me once we're on the way. I'll need some time to grab a few things beforehand, but yes. And don't imagine Dominic is going to mind too much so long as we're quiet and subtle about the finer points. And there's no other option. Can't tell me now and instead take, like, anyone else. This is the offer I give you. Either I tell you, and only you, or take someone else in there and we make the exchange as originally planned. This isn't fair. Life isn't fair. And the others? They're just going to let you get away with this? If you volunteer, I imagine the others will fight against the suggestion, but I do believe I made it clear that the decision at the end of the day remains with me. He's only buffs or debuffs, not no magic. And you can also get pierce skills, so... The problem is, it was just buffs or debuffs. Something in me broke a little. I could have just said that I didn't want to know, that I didn't need to know. But he hit me where it hurt most, bringing up my dad after knowing that the two of them had talked. Okay, I hate this, but okay. Trust me, that once I've imparted the knowledge to you, you know how to put it best to use. Beyond just walking down the driveway now and risk missing Dominic, heading into the woods together is the only option. We headed downstairs together, but I was dazed, looking somewhere far off without acknowledging those around me. Ozan had split off from me at some point, presumably to go search for Thanatos, whereas I figured I should be keeping a watch for when Dominic arrived. I wondered if I was going numb from everything happening, from all the worry and fear building up to where I just couldn't feel it anymore. It was a strange feeling, almost like being trapped. But trapped in a way that was different to the times that Thanatos had put me under. Different to the times where I just wasn't sure what to do. Different to anything else I had felt before, but I was sure of one thing at the very least. I was giving up. Oh no! He's going back to suicidal depression mode! I didn't feel like I had any control anyway, so why fight it? What things I had managed to figure out, the people I'd managed to save, was any of it my doing? Just give up, Dave. There's no point in worrying about it. I heard the back door click open. I heard the back door click open and Sal wandered to join me. I barely turned to acknowledge he was there, still lost within my head, but he spoke anyway. Where's my fucking... Any chapstick chat? Chatstick. Two things. The first, are you alright? I'm fine. It was a lie, and he knew it too, but given what he'd likely been told already, he just nodded and let it go. The second was that we found Thanatos. And did he... And I don't know, he's not talking. At all? Just stating that that's out of his hands now, that we're in uncharted territory for him. Uh-oh. Oh. We've brought him into the dining room if you want to talk to him, or ask anything of him. He talks to you the most from what I understand. I get the impression that he made this happen just so that what happens next will happen. He's forcing what's about to happen. Which is... something bad. And there's nothing we can do. Leonardo said it already. It's out of his hands now, and it's out of ours too. Oh, well, It's alright. I've gotten used to not knowing anything, Sal. Just look forward to being home soon. It's what I'm doing. Oh, where? So, Chad, anything other comments? Because y'all slowed down. Y'all slowed down a bit. He nodded slowly and headed... Oh, fucking damn it. Headed back inside, though I heard him hesitate going back inside. Oof. I was back to waiting, occasionally looking up in case Dominic had shown up. Not that I was alone long. Alden breathed out into the evening air as he stepped up next to me. Got the vague smile on his face, and I wondered how he was able to do it. Not fretting too much, are we? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, Small Saga, November 16th. That's a game we're going to stream, chat. Small Saga. Understandably, you'd be nervous, anxious, or any combination of emotions. And why are you smiling? Looked at him again, briefly, and noticed the telltale signs I recognized in my own face. He was scared. Smiling, but scared. Uh-oh. Hopefully you're not sick, Gillet Archer. What other choice do we have? We'll make our exchange. I'll stay, and you'll head back. Get your friends and get home. Me, well... Do you think he'll, it's possible, but I've made my peace. He chuckled, shaking his head and wiping his eyes, without taking his glasses off. Vincent is livid. And he's not going to stop you. He can't. This is my decision. Punishment or comeuppance for everything that's gone wrong during your stay here. What? I'll explain more when we're on our way. What the fuck do you mean? He stretched me and gave me a once... He stretched me and gave me a once-over. He stretched and gave me a once-over. Just fucking. Oh, I put the fucking goofiest image in my head because the moment I said he stretched me, I was like, wait, that makes no fucking sense. You should go get your flashlight. It's only getting darker. Yeah, good idea. I went back up and grabbed it, taking another look around the room for anything that could have been important, but found nothing. Did you make sure it works? My wait for when we were meant to head off was spent at the top of the stairs, looking down at the foyer. I could hear the others talking about what to do with Thanatos, Benson's irritated voice amongst them. No doubt his mood was soured after Oswald had filled him in on what he decided was going to happen. Though, given the lack of attention I was getting, I could only assume the others hadn't been told of Oswald's decision. Eventually, I stepped back outside, noticing Austin lingering about as if just waiting for Dominic's arrival without bothering to prepare anything. But we weren't waiting for long at all. From the shadows, Dominic emerged and started to make his way over to us. Gosh, I don't know, something about Dominic just feels so out of place. Just this fucking bear. Just this fake fucking bear. Sorry I'm late. You never gave us a time, so... You never gave us a time as to when you were arriving, did you? Oh, then forget the apology. We all have a walk to get to. Yeah, I guess you're right. Wait just a fucking moment. Tyson stormed out from the back door and put a hand on my shoulder, pulling me backwards and stepping in front of me as a shield. You're not taking Dave. So you're going? No, the hyena is the one coming with us. A bear? Indeed, a bear. Like hell he is. Tyson was building up into the yelling match. I hugged him hard from behind him, and it made him stop. As he registered what was happening, fucking gay boys, he pulled away and he turned to face me properly. What's going on? It needs to happen this way, Ty. I'm not letting you go out there. You have to. What if something happens? If I don't, same sort of problem. We're going to have a problem unless we get a move on. God, fucking hold on, we're having a moment. Gosh. Dave. I'll be back as soon as I can, Ty. Promise. If you don't, I'll be coming to look for you. Leaned up and kissed him lightly on the side of his muzzle. I'll be okay. It was a lie I had to tell myself, and my face gave away immediately that I didn't believe it. Tyson and I were seemingly struggling to understand, but didn't stop me from moving forward again to stand in front of Dominic. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Let's get going. Gosh, this fucking sad piano. I chose not to look back. I had to keep looking forward, otherwise the pit in my stomach was going to make me throw up. Or maybe not that, but instead I'd be unable to move. Dominic led the way forward, Oswald beside me as he followed close behind. My flashlight for the time being was unneeded, but we were quickly losing any light coming from the mansion. As I stumbled, Oswald reached out to keep me upright, seemingly distracted. Dominic, you don't mind if we fill in the silence with some chatting, do you? Dom didn't stop and seemed to wave Oswin off with a grunt. Oswin looked across to me, his voice dropping in volume. Well, we're out here now. We're free to talk. About? I assumed you had questions. I assumed that you had answers, or if not answers, things you wanted to tell me yourself. That is true, yes. He rummaged in his coat pocket and pulled out an envelope. Is that the same one from your lab? Yes, though given the circumstances, I'm going to give it to you now. He offered it out and I took it, unsure of what to do with it. Shouldn't have just given me this back at the house. The background music? Chat, are you able to hear the fucking background music? I swear to God. We've been hearing stuff this entire time. This game hasn't been silent. I didn't know you went to a wedding. That's pretty nice. Meadow straws suck if you have ice in your drink. They just get really, really, really fucking cold. Like, yeah, they might be nice for keeping your drink cold, but like, yeah. Back then, I assumed I was going to be giving it to someone else. Ugh. Roswell, you mean? Yes, Roswell. It was a photo, right? Of what? Thought I'd ask you to see for yourself. I'd ask you to see for yourself. But only once you're back at the mansion. Why? Aside from it being dark, I feel this might be something worth having a safe space to properly digest what's in that picture. What the fuck is in that picture? That's not something gross, is it? I wouldn't say so, no. But given we're meant to be falling from behind Dominic to wherever he's taking us, now isn't the best time. For now, put it in your pocket if it'll fit. I did so and hurried along to keep what distance I once had from Dom consistent. Alright, so start talking about my dad. Oh, that's nice. Do feel better. Fucking maybe take a Tylenol or something, an aspirin. Be careful with that though, because it's actually very easy to overdose on those things. I suppose I'd start with a question. Did Thanatos ever tell you what David saw? You did. It was a shooting. Right, when I told you why Carol was here. Dad wanted to bring Memphis in, but also save my life. A sentiment that, as you know, couldn't be accomplished. He chose you over taking down one of the most dangerous men I know of, anyway. But why? As a father, a decent one at least, will do anything for his son. One that is not so great might choose differently. So what? I still had to suffer because Dad wasn't around anymore. Even now, I feel like sometimes you should have died. Not exactly, closer to wanting to die, or at least that's how it was until a week or so ago. Ay. Heavy. Oswin grunted, but let me continue. But things are different now. I feel not entirely better, but a little bit. I want to live. It's hard, but I think that's what Dad would have wanted. I'd say so. What about you? What about me? Benson said you always wanted to be a dad, but life said otherwise. Did he know? The fucking frown he put on, just, ugh. I love it. Well, yeah, you said that's why you interacted the way you did with Roswell. Oh yes, I suppose that's not entirely inaccurate. So, are you related or what? Oswin breathed out through his nose, shaking his head. The photo explains that better. What the fuck is that photo? How could a photo explain that better than when I'm just asking you directly? Well, answer the question. Alright. Yes, we're related. So, like an uncle? That's a close enough description. What the fuck does that mean? Is Roswell a clone of you? That wasn't a yes. If you're not an uncle, then what? Uncle is sufficient, though frankly I don't feel like family. But rarely, very rarely, does that boy make me feel good. Good? Just good. Wouldn't go putting a label on it, like love or some such, but I do care for the boy. In a way, I don't really know how or why. Maybe it is love, after all. And Roswell knows. I wouldn't put him past him to him. Fuck. I wouldn't put it past him to assume that we're related, though I haven't explicitly told him that we share a family tree. Which means you two had met before this vacation started. That's right. But you barely leave the house. Also correct. Roswell has been to the mansion before? Yes. I continued walking alongside Oswin, thoughts swimming in my head. Thoughts that kept circling back around to wanting to talk to Roswell again to get his side of the story. Why hide any of this? Why not say anything sooner? Why lie about it? Don't think too hard on it, Dave. Bro? Because? There's not much to really digest. Everything I told you doesn't affect much now, anyway. So when I get back to the mansion, what do you want me to do? Open the fucking envelope, I guess. Pardon? I don't want anything from you aside from getting off this mountain. But then what's significant about the letter? I wrote a message on the back. A message for Roswell. And you want me to make sure he reads it? You can read it too, just it's important he gets the message as well. Sure, I can do that. Again, we continue to walk. Silence stretching out with Dominic occasionally looking over his shoulder at us to make sure we were still following. It's hard to make out his fur in the dark, the only thing helping being his tank top. Plus my flashlight, though the darkness felt so oppressive at times, I wasn't sure it was working. Oh, sus that thing begin to fucking describe what this boy is doing. Dave, I almost jumped when he said my name after so long without saying anything. What? I'm sorry. For what? For you getting wrapped up in things. If I had been a better man, stronger man, then perhaps I could have thought of a way your father might still be with us, and you wouldn't be on this mansion. On this mountain. Fuck, I can read. You can't change the past. Don't worry about it. Perhaps not, though I still wonder how much Thanatos has properly orchestrated everything that's happened. I almost stopped walking to look at him, but followed after him when he didn't break his stride. What do you mean? Well, given Memphis keeps his list of associates either flagrantly out in the open, or hidden somewhere no one would know to look, getting anything of value information-wise would be difficult. Makes sense, but that doesn't answer the question. What I mean is that your father only arrived on this mountain because I called. At the time, you pointed out that I hadn't done business with Memphis, and while I had spoken to him, there was no way the police would know that. But why? To take down Memphis? Because Thanatos said I should. And you listened. When a machine with multi-universal awareness suggests you do something because it'd be beneficial, you typically listen. Huh, I guess, but what if he was lying? I imagine that case you'd be dead. Or perhaps you never would have come to this mansion. Or I would have tried applying for something to let me practice medicine again. Really? After what happened with the trial? Fucking, where's the button? It would have been a long shot, but I do thoroughly enjoy being a chemist. Enough to try? To leave the mansion? There will be a time where I'll have to leave the mansion eventually, Dave. I do not intend on dying here. I would hope no one would. Fucking what, Oswin woman? What bad ending? Oswin gets fucking moidled? He gets shot? With a blicky? Just bang, bang, bang. I'm fucking rambling, chat, you may have been able to tell. Right. We're getting close. The background probably? It's been the first time Dom had spoken since we left. And I was only conscious of how sore my feet were from the walk. Just how long had we been going for anyway? Nothing else was said until we hit the point where soft lights were lingering somewhere between the trees, and eventually we'd arrived. Oh, wow. So it's a Sal bad ending. Maybe that's why he wants all the medals, so he can get the miracle drug. It was a cabin, or given how run down it was probably closer to a shack. Still, Dom led the way up to the front door and ushering us inside. I entered first and froze in place upon seeing who was in the room, only moved an Oswald eased me to his side so we could enter as well. Dominic stepped in behind us both and closed the door behind him. It's the fucking rabbit! Well, look who the cat dragged in. Or Bear. Let's go with Bear. Jack's attention shifted immediately over to Dom, and he seemed to light up, throwing his arms up quickly in a greeting. Dom, you're back! It's so good to see you. Jack wanted to get closer, but Dom quickly shook his head, looking to the third person in the room. And I looked over to the figure hunched over the table, facing away from us, and he seemed to be playing cards or something. It was really hard to tell. Just dropping one of these off before heading out again. Well, can I come this time at least? I'm bored out of my skull here. Take it up with the boss. You can go, just be quick about it. A gravelly voice came from the dragon as he rose from the table. I remember the look he gave me as he caught a glance of us over his shoulder. It was fleeting, but oppressive all the same. Good to see you again, Oswin. What? What do you mean, Oswin and Roswell? What the fuck did I say? Sam and Max, but chaotic evil. And a bear. There was a low chuckle that came in his mouth before he turned around fully and came closer. Dominic and Jack seemed to back off, looking anywhere but him as he came to stand in the middle of the room to stare at us. God, he looked like a fucking mobster. I don't know what I expected him to look like, but he just looks like a fucking mobster. Who's the kid? I went to answer, but he stepped in quickly, grabbing me by the jaw and looking me over. You're the kid that came to my house that one time. Let me go with a rough shove backwards into Oswald, who braced my fall and caught me by the shoulders. Why is he so fucking rude? What the fuck are you doing? Well, alright. Oh god, this man is fucking goofiest dude I've ever seen. You move like an anime character. Get out of here. Alright, let's see how it is. You want to know how we got on the mountain? Consider it a trade, then. He gestured for Dom to continue forward and whispered something into his ear, getting a reaction. But boss, need me to spell it out? Just get it done. Dominic's eyes went from me before he turned to Oswin. Let's get going. In a huff, Dominic left the door open, but seemingly unimpressed. In a huff, Dominic left, keeping the door open but seemingly unimpressed. As I went to move, a meaty hand landed on my shoulder and gripped it tight. Now where do you think you're going, kid? Huh? I'm gonna go find out where... Started to tremble, piecing it together. Not that I just misunderstood, or that I imagined things, but Dominic had been talking to Oswin, and not me. That wasn't the deal. So I didn't offer the boy as collateral. He can't offer you anything anyway. See, that's where you're wrong. You can just climb up the moment the kid gets off the mountain. You can just as happily not tell us anything. Then it's us not getting nothing out of the deal. Oh yeah, that's true. Where are they? Oh, also, hello, Solar Knight. I fucking get a notice. I've been, The grip tightened over and I gasped slightly, tensing up to try and not give away how much it was hurting. Taking the kid, though? Yeah, I think you'd be more than willing to be helpful once you've told the rest how to get home. Then we can really start discussing this as adults. But He was struggling, and I was struggling too. If Roswell had come to my place, would he be right where I was standing instead? Would he be held hostage for the sake of the rest of us? So hurry along before Dominic leaves without you. Head on back home, tell the kids' friends where they can get off the mountain, then come back here. Then, if you're quick enough, there might be some of this hyena left. Osmond looked at me, torn between apologetic and angry, but he turned quickly, heading for the door. Oh. Well, I'm just a five-head. We've been here, chat. I don't know shit. I don't know fuck. I'll be back. As the door closed behind him, things went quiet. I was left alone with Memphis. Well, sit down. I really am running out of voices, chat. When I didn't move, he grabbed me by the throat and lazily threw me toward one of the chairs. God, why is he so fucking mean? Gosh! Even though it was clear he didn't put his full strength into it, my neck throbbed from how it had momentarily been crushed. Memphis dropped down into his chair and started shuffling the cards up, watching me carefully as I slowly lowered myself into the other chair. Jack, meanwhile, remained where he was after Memphis had started speaking. Jack, what are you standing around for? He took my seat. Then go find another. There isn't one. Then kick the kid out and I'll deal us up. Hey, what? I sank in my chair, realizing I shouldn't have said anything. Go on, haven't got all day. What are you going to do with me? Me? Nothing. Jack, on the other hand, well, I figure you'll be great friends. My blood ran cold as Jack wandered over to stand behind me, placing his hands slowly on my shoulders. Oh, don't worry, boss. We've met before. This is the kid you ran into by the mill. Yep, this is him. The one you let get away. I was just playing around, boss. I didn't hurt him none. Well, you should have. Still could have been arranged. Still could be arranged. Whatever you do, just keep it down. Reckon Oswald is going to drag his feet getting back here. You think so? Seem to not like you switching things up on him. Do I look like I care? Works for me. I was then half shoved out of the chair, and Jack sat down as Memphis started to deal out some cards. Eyes onto the door, wondering if I should run for it. Chances are Dominic and Oswald are long gone, so if I could slip by, I might escape. Slowly, I started to head toward the doors, but got a couple steps there before I heard a distinct click. Don't even think about it. He had a gun! Oh, there's my sippy cup. Memphis had a gun pointed at me, something that looked far too large to be comfortable in one hand, but he didn't seem to be bothered in the slightest. Carefully, I raised my hand and backed away from the door, seeing out the barrel of the gun as it was trained on me. By the way, Memphis, I fucked your son, shit lips! Jack, take him into the other room. Where we sleep? Nah, the other room. Gosh. Jack was beside me in a flash, started walking us across the hallway. There were only two doors. One door was left ajar, and from what I saw, there were beds. The other was closed, up until Jack kicked it open and threw me forward, so I landed inside on my knees. It's cold and dusty, and I felt a draft coming in from somewhere, but above me, hanging from the ceiling, were hooks, some broken, others that looked cruel and sharp. What a pain in the ass. Tom gets to have all the fun. Jack had me back up and pushed me into the corner, right before knocking me down again. So here's the deal. You sit here, keep quiet, just wait. You're not going to hurt me? Well, I can rough you up some if you really want. Maybe pick up where we left off? He kicked me lightly when I didn't respond, shaking his head. Nah, I can go having fun without Dom saying it's fine. Stupid deal. You chase one hyena for fun, and the boss grounds you. You never had to do that, you know. But I wanted to, Dave. Now here's how this is going to work. I'm going to sit right here in the corner and keep quiet. But given you just tried running away, how about we do something about that? From catching sight of the knife he had tucked away, I froze. Only realizing what he'd done once he stepped away again. My ankle had been chained up to the wall, a lot keeping the manacle closed. Now sit tight and don't make a sound, Dave. Otherwise, I don't think the boss is going to like coming in here to keep you quiet himself. With a wave, Jack left the room, and I closed the door behind him. I could hear him wander away, and the muffled sound of them talking with Memphis about something, trying not to waste the effort by listening in. Yeah, Elden Ring crashed. It crashed hard. Like, hard. Oh, hello, bud. Like, I couldn't even open... okay, I could open it, but it would just get stuck loading. We might have to uninstall and reinstall the game. I'm not sure how that's going to fuck with the save files, my modded save files, but whatever, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Only because the sight of the hooks instead caught my attention. I didn't like this place. It gave me this awful feeling, this dark feeling, and subconsciously, I felt my hand go to my chin. Trembling in the cold air, I tried to ball in order to keep warm. Yelling for help wasn't going to help, but there was no one around. Yelling for help wasn't going to help because there was no one around. If anything, I was in more danger if I said a word. So I started to cry, quietly, cold and scared, worried. Yeah, god damn it. Worried about what was to happen worried about what was to happen. It was all that I had left. After a few minutes to myself, I remembered the envelope in my pocket. With nothing else to do, I pulled it out and weighed it in my hands. Huh. Meat hooks. Hello, MK. After a few minutes to myself, I remembered the envelope in my... Oh. God, right. What's his name drops fucking Monday, doesn't he? The lion dude? Tiger? Fuck, I can read. An envelope from Oswin, meant for Roswell, and now in my hands. 2 more seconds, I carefully opened it, reaching in and looking at the photo. Move your damn thumb, you bastard! I wasn't sure what I was looking at first. It could have been the dark or any combination of things distracting me, but it was clear as day. It was a photo of Roswell when he was very young. The woman next to him would no doubt be his mother, but why was she so familiar? I thought back to what Oswald had said before he started to connect the dots. If it was related to Roswell, then that means somehow then one of the people in this picture had to be related to him, right? One of Roswell's parents. If one was his mother, if the woman was his mother, based on the context, then it'd be Florencia. It had to be. But then came the question of the father. Maybe this woman wasn't Florencia, and instead the father was going to be Oswald's brother. Who the fuck is that? I didn't understand. As a rabbit or a hare? I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Either way, this wasn't Roswell's dad, or at least it couldn't be. Roswell wasn't half rabbit. You couldn't have half species, not like that anyway. Carefully, I looked at the man's features. He looked like a magician, or maybe it was just a fancy cut of his coat. So that fur did remind me a little of the Easter Bunny, though. Ellen said it would be fine if I read the note, so long as Roswell got it too. I wasn't sure if the rule still applied, given the assumption was that I'd be the one getting back. The message was simple and to the point. Really, there would have been something more profound, just not this. I read the words again, finding myself smirking slightly. They were nice words I was looking forward to hearing again myself. I took the photo into my back pocket and went back to waiting. So I waited and waited. I heard Dominic come back and someone else leave. I could hear hushed voices between those still here, but nothing else. No one came to check on me, but that didn't make the cold any easier. I held it up in the corner and just waited. Someone would come for me. Someone would find me. Eventually. Uh-oh. It's the fucking day. Time continued to pass along into the night, to the point I could hear someone turning in and entering the adjoining room where the beds were. If I wasn't so concerned for what was going to happen to me, or when someone would be back to collect me, I would have registered the grumbling in my stomach as hunger. Trembling in the draftiness of the room, I wondered if I was going to catch a cold, which, given everything else going on, would have been a lot less dire than ending up dead or otherwise. Must have been fading in and out of consciousness too, because at some point, I could have sworn I saw Dominic standing in the room with me, his dark fur blending in with the shadows. Ugh. fucking okay. So yeah, okay. So the white rabbit might be his adoptive father, but okay. So we can only assume that his mother is Florencia and that he has like a step or surrogate father. The message on the back is "I love you." We don't know enough about Roswell's backstory to really make any sense of that. It wasn't until he spoke that I realized I wasn't hallucinating and found myself a lot more awake. The boss is asleep. Oh, okay. He sat down, breathing out. Jack has gone for a walk too. My lack of response caused him to sit there staring at me for a few moments before he spoke again. Hungry? Why? Why hasn't Osmond come back yet? How long has it been? That isn't what I asked. Shrank back in the corner and again he shook his head. What hours? Sorry, hungry or not? A little, maybe? Pulled out some jerky from his back pocket and threw it to me, landing in front of me on the floor. Gross! Eat this then. Why are you feeding me? If you're worried about it being drugged or something, don't. It's just dried meat. Carefully, I picked up the scrap of meat off the floor and dusted it off. Even by jerky standards, it was dry, almost completely flavorless too. I was going to get you a blanket. Why? The question made him pause, tilting his head slightly. Because you're going to get cold otherwise. Well, yeah, but this isn't me feeling sorry for you or trying to make up for what the boss did. You're just more valuable to us alive. I cowered, and immediately he seemed to ease off with a sigh. The boss changing his mind like that, though, Ozan wasn't too pleased with the change of plan. But you kept your end of the bargain. Ozan knows the way off this mountain. Sure does. Almost went off at a run once he knew to get back to the house. That's good, right? Who knows? Shrugged and left, leaving me alone to chew on the little rations I'd been given. I could hear him moving in from the other room, even quietly, though he didn't return right away. What I heard instead was someone entering the house, which I assumed was Jack. There was a hushed conversation soon after before I heard footsteps coming towards the door. Sure enough, it was Dominic with a blanket, though much like the jerky, he threw it toward me rather than hand it over. Thanks. Did Jack just get back? He did. You don't seem too pleased about that. There's a look he gave me. It wasn't frustrated or annoyed like he seemed to be when he entered, but something more subtle, as if he was weighing up just how much to tell me. Jack's walk went well. He's cooled off. From what? He didn't like that I got to do everything. Even after the boss said he could come show Osmond the way off the mountain. I did notice that he stayed. Why? Want to ask him yourself? I quickly shook in my head and Dom chuckled quietly. Well, he and I are going to spend some time together before we turn in. You'd best get some sleep. Doing what? Huh? Sometime together doing what? None of your business. Can I ask you a different question then? No. Oh, please? What do you want? You said that you liked easy jobs, right? Yep. He went to move and I quickly realized that was a question already. Wait, that wasn't my question. If you like easy jobs, then wouldn't it be better if Orlando took over from his dad? Then jobs would be really easy. They'd be different jobs then. That's true. Oh, they are roommates. I was thinking that the same thing, but I was too busy fucking reading all the lines and stuff that I couldn't make the joke. But they'd be easy. Hey, what's taking so long? Jack stuck his head in the doorway before stepping into the room and closing the door behind him. Good at questions. Seriously? You've been blowing me off for Dave. When did you learn my name? I'm not blowing you off for anyone, right? What? No, nothing, sorry. Not getting any ideas, are we, Dave? Not trying to take my buddy away from me. Oh, no, I already have a boyfriend. Boyfriend? Dom and Jack looked towards one another, almost having a whole conversation with one another with the looks and slight motions of their head. Just get some sleep, Dave. If anyone comes to grab you, you'll know. Jack was snickering to himself the whole time they exited the room, his sounds becoming muffled the moment the door closed. Good on them. Good on them. My God, I respect your Riz for that. Using the blanket, I tried to get comfortable, but the cold floor wasn't magically solved with a thin sheet, though it was better than nothing. Though better than nothing didn't mean much when it was still cold and the dust in the cabin was clogging my nose and throat. If anything, the sheet made a better mask than something to keep me warm. Passed the time just listening, hearing Jack and Dom have hushed conversations about something before one of them heading outside. Then they swapped and went back to their conversation. My mind drifted over to Memphis in the room opposite, wondering what kind of man could sleep so soundly while doing so much damage. To make the world safe from people like him, though given how things ended up, part of me died inside knowing that the bad guys won that fight. Fucking damn it. I didn't read the first sentence. But this was what my dad became a police officer for, to make the world safe from people like him, though given how things ended up, a part of me died inside knowing the bad guys had won that fight. Maybe they'd win the next one, though. Maybe they'd win the next one, and the next one too. At some point, maybe the good guys would win. Not that it seemed likely the longer I lay there waiting for someone to come and get me. Eventually, though, I did pass out, the exhaustion of the walk finally making me succumb. When I opened my eyes, I was still in the cabin. Part of me wondered if this was some sort of Thanatos-induced dream, but the numbness in my fingers told me it wasn't. My body felt like ice, part of me sore and stiff from how uncomfortable the floor had been. I went to get up and found the rattling on the chain that touched my foot and made wandering anywhere pointless. Pulling out the photo from my pockets, I flipped it over to its backside. Though the message wasn't for me, I tried to pretend it was and take what comfort I could find in it. Was it worth trying to escape? I immediately thought that Jack and I was able to chase me down. Kind of meant just running was a bad idea. Not to mention anything else, to agitate Memphis where Dominic would likely end up with me more injured than what I was now. So I waited, wondering when I would see someone again, given how quiet the cabin was. Though it didn't take long, the sound of a roar-like yawn signaled at least someone was awake. I listened to them heavily walk out the room opposite and down the hall. I could smell something burning before I picked up the scent of coffee, or maybe not coffee, but something similar anyway. Then those same footsteps wandered back towards my room, stopping just on the outside of the door. Were they looking at the door or into the other room? Get up. Memphis, talking to the others more likely, especially given how he growled out the command, and soon after I heard more footsteps moving around. Good morning, Dave. The sing-song voice he used once he entered the room made me uneasy. The tiredness was making it funnily easier to cope. Past Jack, I could see a red tail disappear out of sight, but little else. Did you sleep all right? Not really. Oh, good. He wandered around closely and did something to where the chain connected to the wall. Time to go outside. Someone's here for me? Really? No? Then why are we going outside? Oh, that's easy enough. Figured I might like some fresh air and to be honest, the boss wants to talk a few things over privately. So you're just leaving me outside? Yep, pretty much. Jack grabbed the chain and started Later one day found out that his dad shot and killed multiple unarmed civilians over his career. Average cop behavior. Jack grabbed the chain and started walking out the room, and I scrambled to not let my feet be pulled out from under me, and as I passed the main room, like Memphis was eating something wrapped in foil, tinkering with his gun. No sign of Dominic, though, not that it changed much as Jack led me outside all the same, over to one of the many trees surrounding us. In a flash, he had the chain looped around the tree and locked it before turning around and heading inside. No breakfast and no coffee for me, it seemed. Though being outside was nicer than the dusty room, even with the chill of the morning air. Sat down and hugged my legs, trying to get warm. The idea of getting a shower was something I took comfort in, relishing my memories of hot water and lightly scented soap. Then there was a prospect of a fresh change of clothes. So many things I took for granted, but here, I was just without them. At some point I heard them talking. Nothing distinguishable, but the three of them were talking over something that had Memphis upset. Jack said little, and Dom did most of the talking, until the conversation went south, and Jack started to talk. Door opened, and Dom stepped out, dropping down to the wooden bench outside the door. He looked at me carefully, almost suspicious, but then went to look out in the woods, as he sat there instead. Again, my stomach grumbled, but I wasn't even hungry. At the base of the tree, small mushrooms were growing. Don't eat them! It looked like things Orlando had used in cooking before, though it could have been the color reminding me of him. Smiled, though it faded fast when I realized that we were so far apart. The real reminder that we were so far. Fucking damn it! I fucked up that sentence all over. I smiled, though it faded fast when I realized the reminder that we were so far apart made me miss him. Was he thinking about me? Worried? Was he safe? Was he safe? My friends off the mountain yet? They made it somewhere safe so they could call for help or not? I sure hoped so. You're acting quiet. I almost jumped as I noticed Dom standing in front of me. Not even trying to get away or call for help. You do like making this an easy job. What's the point? If I yell, no one's around. If I run, Jack would catch me, even without the chain keeping me here. You've got that right. So yeah, it's just a waiting game, really. You have to admit, I wonder what's keeping Osmond from coming back. Seemed pretty keen on returning. He'll come back, right? He wouldn't have just... I couldn't finish the thought, though Dom knew how it ended. It's possible. Wouldn't blame him. Don't you know if they've left already? He shrugged, offering nothing. Where is the exit anyway? Thinking of making a break for it anyway? Like you said, like you'd let that happen. He laughed, nodding slowly. Right about that one, but boss said not to say a word about it. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense, sure. You don't have to be sitting here, you know. Might be a good time to stretch your legs as much as you can. Because you're going back into that room after Jack and the boss have finished going at one another. They're fighting? Only a little. What about? Work things. What kind of work things? He got up, shaking his head, giving me one more look before he wandered inside. The moment he got through, the raised voices stopped and they resumed, as they were when I was put outside. It made me feel more like a pet than anything else. Not a well looked after one, but chained to the tree like, well, the obvious. After walking around and looking at anything vaguely interesting within the bounds of my chain, I sat back down to continue waiting. An hour or two might have passed before anyone left the cabin, and I looked up the moment I heard the door open. Had fun outside? He didn't wait for my answer, already taking off the chain once more and starting to lead me back inside. No wonder no one's come for you, huh? Think they've already left? Boss seems to think so. Kept quiet, not wanting to think about it or acknowledge what might be the truth. My friends wouldn't just let Osmond abandon me, or would they? Or did they think I was dead? Not happy about it at all, either. Right back into the room I was contained to, chained to the wall, I resumed listening to what was going on. I just had to have faith that they hadn't left me behind, and something else was holding them up. I don't care. Memphis suddenly yelling roused me from my thoughts, and I tried to hone in on what exactly he was yelling about. So what? You're just going to wait for them at the spot? Not going to make much of a difference if they've already left. Without the kid, though, brutal. Heard something get slammed into the wall, breaking violently. Another hour. If another hour we haven't heard anything, we'll get going. Heard footsteps getting closer, and I backed up against the wall and tried to make myself look small. Where are you going? To let Dave know what's going to happen, obviously. The light in his tone made me think what his face looked like. That crooked, self-satisfied smile that he wore when he was taking some delight in something bad happening. Sure enough, that's what I thought. The moment he walked in the door, I wondered what he was up to. How do you feel about going for a walk? When I didn't respond, he got agitated. I asked you a question. What if someone comes looking for me? Oh, well, they must not think too highly for you, all things considered. Osmond returned last night. They had the night to sleep it off and then come and grab you, so chances are you've just been left behind. But that's just how it is, Dave. Now sit tight. Maybe you'll be lucky and someone will come. Otherwise... He snickered as he left, disappearing behind the closed door. And so I waited. How long would it take for the hour to be up? I had no way to track the time anymore, so all it came down to was just waiting. Always waiting. People kept leaving the cabin and coming back, doing who knows what, maybe taking it turns to keep watch, or maybe they were up to something else. I had no idea. Still as bad as it was, I was getting numb from the fear of it all. Maybe I just wanted it to be over. It was just the long stretches of nothing happening, with a lack of violence directed my way. Swift kicked to my side and made me jump. I realized I zoned out. Jeez. Why is it always fucking violence with the man? Never using words. The way he looked at me gave me nothing to work with. Maybe he was annoyed, maybe disgusted, maybe bored. I couldn't really tell. Get him ready. Dom stepped up and started to unhook the chain from the wall before dragging me to my feet by the arm. Time to have a little walk. Jack stepped up to stand beside Dom as he continued to hold on to my arms. And with a swift punch to the guts, I was winded, doubled over, and hoisted over Dom's shoulder. We left the cabin. Memphis was leading the others somewhere. I was just along for the ride. As my vision returned proper, I noticed Jack watching me carefully as he pulled up from the rear. He said nothing, and I offered nothing back. I figured it was best to avoid unnecessary noise. Besides, the unhappier he was, the less safe I felt, which already wasn't really safe. We walked through the woods for a while, long enough that I didn't know how long I had been walking, but sure enough, a familiar scene came into view. The mill. The watermill. He is like a rat throwing tantrums. I went inside and I started to worry, more so when I noticed the grin Jack seemed to be wearing. Why had he come here of all places? It smelled dark and damp. I could smell the rust and rotting wood along with the harsh scent of metal. Go find a spot for the kid. I'm gonna make a run for supplies. Memphis split off while Dom continued deeper into the mill. Down we went, down where I'd originally found myself exploring when I'd been avoiding Jack the first time we'd met. Here works. You sure? What's wrong with it? It's this fucking spooky music. Jack looked to me, then back to Dom. Just here, really? Dom started chaining me to something in the corner, a pipe or something from the look of it. That looked like it. There's something that looked like it. A few bits of rust here and there. Out of the way, he's not going to be going anywhere without one of us letting him go. He's not, though. I can stay out of the way. Comment when ignored, Dom rolling his eyes as he turned to Jack and roughly patted him on the head. You wanted to take it up with the boss? Listen to me, Dom. You know what this place is. I know what this place is. So does the boss. You want to risk Dave figuring it out? What is the watermill? What is the watermill? Figuring what out? Dom looked to me, gave me once over before locking his gaze with mine. The way off the mountain is through here. Pretty deep, but you'll need to go through here. What are you doing? What's he's gonna do about it? Relax a little. Not going anywhere, are you, Dave? Quickly shook my head, answering anything but seemed silly. I'm gonna go relax. Do what you want. He started to wander off, Jack caught between gesturing at me and trying to get his attention, all while trying to find the words. Hold that thought, Dave. I'm sorry, interested and super anxious about how this is about to play on ties reverse sauce route. Oh. Okay. Right. Forgot that this goes, this is all spoopy and stuff. He went after Dom, though I could see he pulled a knife from somewhere as he rounded the corner and out of sight. Oh god, he's gonna knife him. Rather than sit down, I figured I'd stand for a bit. The dirt and grime was different sort than in the cabin, and I wanted to stay as clean as possible. It was silly and I knew it, but I valued being clean. I valued what it meant to be able to freely take a shower. Right now, I just didn't know when I'd be able to do so again. I could hear them scuffle about. Even under the knife, there wasn't panicked, yelling, growling, or a sign either of them were injured. Anything, the sound of amused laughter threw me as it sounded closer to them playing. The air was stale, and I missed my friends. I missed being outside, even in the drafty room in the cabin. Even with the hooks nearby, at least the air was fresh. A few minutes passed and I heard footsteps again and craned my neck to see where they were coming from, though the way things echoed made it hard. They were close to impossible as I didn't realize who was staying behind me until he come to a complete stop. The hell are you doing? Nothing? Looked me over again. Anger, frustration, it was hard to tell. Sit down and keep quiet. When I didn't do as he said, he roughly grabbed me by the head and slammed me into the nearby machines. I was dazed and immediately collapsed onto the ground as he chuckled. Stay down if you know what's good for you. He wandered off in the direction that Jack had gone, chuckling to himself, holding something in his hand. I didn't know what it was, some sort of advice, but it didn't get much more than that. I could smell blood and bring up my head, and And where I hit my head against machines, I could feel wetness. It was my blood. I could figure that much out. Not that I was conscious for long enough to do anything about it. Lack of food, water, and good sleep was taking its toll. I just let myself take what excuse I could sleep I could. Oh, no! When I woke up, I could feel the air choking me from the heat and smoke. Like any other time, I was just along for the ride. My body ached, but I struggled to my feet. I was alive and seemed to be glad about it, but nothing about what was happening made sense. Where were the others? I was on fire. My mind immediately went to Orlando, but I couldn't see him. Someone else caused the fire? What the fuck is going on? Oh, I guess he's getting a future vision. More importantly, why wasn't I moving? Instead, I seemed to start to cry. The tears were evaporating soon after they left my eyes. Dave! Turned quickly, scanning the fire for Orlando's voice. This way, hurry! Coughing, I struggled to find where Tyson's voice was coming from, but I couldn't see him either. Dave! Come on, you can do it! Well, and Dean had the same problem. I had no idea where they were. Leave, Dave. There you are. I said leave. Why was I looking for Thanatos? Why was he so intent on me leaving without him? House was groaning around us. Pieces of ceiling were falling away. It's now or never. Looked down to my legs, injured and burned, but I struggled to the front door, built up speed, and as the way came out into view, seeing pain sent me back into the darkness. I didn't know where I was or if I made it out, just that the burning house is gone. I mean, even if Orlando is fireproof, he certainly is falling burning building collapsing around him proof, you know? I felt cold next. I could hear rain. That too stopped, replaced with the sound of someone snoring softly next to me and the TV playing in the same room. And after that was the sound of someone happily humming, the smell of fresh bread and the loud ambience that came with an arcade or maybe a bowling alley. Was I dying? Was this what I was experiencing in my final moments? As I came to, I was still on the ground, where I had landed after Memphis had shoved me. Felt gross and my head hurting and the world was spinning. Reckon the boss made the right call. Tom's voice I got out from somewhere far off, or if it was nearby, I had no way of knowing. Not really. Tom, buddy, pal, friend. What were they talking about? Why was this so familiar? You can just say yes. He's about to say that he's bored. Look, I don't know, don't care. I just know when to get some action. I'm so bored. Aw, man, Dave's unlocked ESP. Can always say hello to your good friend if he's conscious. Sure enough, Tom said it word for word. Soon after, Jack was making some kind of creepy, happy sound that made me sick. Neat trick. I first took on in as I turned my head towards voices I heard. To where the voices had come from. It was quiet, but somehow that just made it much scarier. You've been listening in on us. Voices, though quiet, kept low, and when I didn't answer, he grabbed me by the collar and lifted me off my feet into the air. Yeah, it crashed hard. It crashed hard. Like it would just freeze on the loading screen anytime I opened it up again. I asked you a fucking question. Yes. At least you have the common sense not to lie to me. Just as roughly as he grabbed me, he let me drop and I crumbled to my knees. Where is Oswin? Looked up at him, the first question I dared pose. Late. I wanted to ask something else, but shut my mouth. He wasn't going to answer, or at least not like me asking. Given he'd let me lay here bleeding for who knows how long, didn't want to risk getting injured further. Then he left, somewhere deep into the mill, and I felt like crying. Too scared to make a sound, though. I just fell to my side and lay there, trembling. Where were my friends? Why hadn't anyone come for me yet? How long had it been? Hey, Dave, you awake? I heard him, but didn't react. My mind was elsewhere. Oh, you're no fun. You know, I was going to make a snack. Figured I should check if you were hungry. But he asked, made it clear that he was teasing or being sarcastic. Or some combination that wouldn't have ended up with me getting food regardless. My stomach betrayed me, the gurgle of hunger loud and clear, even if I hadn't said anything. The only thing I had to eat was jerky after all. Oh, I see. Well, you sit tight and I'll be right back. He wandered off, laughing to himself. Much like and like everything else, it echoed until he'd gone far enough away. It was just vague noise. That was it. I didn't see him again for what appeared to be hours. Starting to get thirsty, hungry, and sleepy all at once, but from how deep we were, I had no way of telling just how late it had gotten. This is your fault. Sorry, boss. If that pig beat us here, then there'll be hell to pay. And maybe they're still at the house. We'll send Jack on a run later, scope the place out. Not worried about Benson? About that. If I had to guess, he was thinking... Gosh. If I had to guess, he was thinking about something, though the sinister chuckle that came after meant it wasn't anything good. I don't think it'll be a problem. If he gets himself killed, it's his own fault. But boss! He thinks he can mess with me while he's bored, and he can go make himself useful. Getting late, isn't it? You think I care? Someone said it all. If Jack died, Memphis didn't care. I would have thought the prospect of him dying would have made me happy, but instead I just felt empty. It wouldn't change anything. Rabbit stew. Tonight I dine on rabbit stew. That's a TMNT reference for all y'all. I would still be here. I'd still be left with the question why they left me here overnight. Why we wouldn't be off the mountain, and it was made worse knowing that I was so close to the exit. My stomach started to growl again. I just curled up tighter. Someone had to be coming. They had to be. If not, what was keeping Tyson or Dean? Why hasn't Orlando said anything to them? Was Roswell okay? Sal keeping the group together? Did Hoss have a plan on what to do? As I lay there, I felt my start to sleep back into unconsciousness. Silently, I laughed. Silently, I cried until I passed out again. Okay, chat, give me a second. I have to go refill my fucking water bottle. What should you discuss while I'm gone? What do you think of Memphis? There, chat, that's what you should discuss. Your thoughts and feelings and opinions on Memphis, Tennessee. Alright, I'm back. I'm also going to take a piss. Bulls. But Memphis isn't a bull. He's a dragon. What? Is he bulletproof? You know, Orlando isn't. He just got lucky and didn't fucking die. Oh. Hey, Moonchi. Wait, Moonchi. Where are they? I don't see them. Oh, gosh. It's not going wacky in chat. It wasn't restful sleep. Just the fact that my body was just exhausted. I was even semi-aware of the grime I was laying in, but I'd long given up on being clean. Just didn't have the hope that I could avoid it anymore. Not from how much I could feel my body throb in discomfort. When I next opened my eyes, things were quiet. My throat felt dry, my arms weak, and things were undoubtedly darker than I remembered. Hello? Someone nearby. I could hear them get up to start to walk towards me. Someone there. It's hard to see, but the bulk and shape was unmistakable. You came? That's what she said. Really the wrong time to make a that's what she said joke. He reached out for me and sat me up. But the moment he opened his mouth, there was a moment I knew something was wrong. Drink this. Huh? I blinked and it was Dominic. What hope I'd clung to the last few moments shattering. Come on, drink. He tipped a plastic bottle to me and I drank. Water, thankfully, or at least it seemed to be. Can't have you dying on us. I wanted more, but he pulled the bottle away and put the cap back on it. What are you doing? Making sure he doesn't die of thirst. Does Memphis know about this? The boss will thank me for not having to figure out what to do with an extra body. Extra? You've been having fun without me? Jack, now is not the time. Oh, I think now is the perfect time. There he is. Like between all three of them, wondering what was going to happen next. Get him up. Dom hesitated, but Jack was upon me in a flash, dragging me up just enough so that when Dominic finally took over, it was more to hold me upright. When we walked the way we'd came, up to where we'd come in, and then outside. The cold nipped at my skin under my fur, but compared to the depths of the mill, the air was clean. And took a deep breath, breathing out, hoping it'd clear my head. So it turns out no one's coming for you, kid. I paused, looking over to Memphis, worried. Maybe they just got out, maybe they're fine, and there's a reason they didn't come. Unfortunately for you, I don't like waiting. Boss, we're going back to the cabin? Oh, we are. Got everything I needed back there now, anyway. Oh, come on, Dave. Let's get you locked back up. I have a better idea, Jack. We're gonna let Dave here go. Let him head on back to the mansion to see for himself what the holdup is. You are? We are? And then what? Then if he makes it back, he can let the others know we're coming. If he doesn't, well, that just suits me fine, too. Took a few steps towards me, and I stumbled backwards, this time managing to stay on my feet. Oh, man. I mean, everything on something's on this bulletproof is relative to that's true. Oh, man. I'm not taking any changes this time. About time something went my way, but I still want to have fun with it. What do you mean, boss? Yeah, exactly. Jack, why don't you give Dave here a little going away present and make it hurt? It looked from Memphis to Jack, then to Dom, then to the grin on Jack's face. Hold still, Dave. It'll only take a second. There go Dave's ears. Ah, no, a blood filter. Before I even registered what was going on, Jack stabbed me in the side. The knife went in fast, and immediately I felt both cold and hot, the wind being taken out of me until he take the knife out. Now run along, Dave. If you're lucky, you might be able to make it back before you bleed out. Uh-oh. My vision started to blur, and my hand went to my side to try and stop the bleeding. I had to get back. I had to seek medical attention. There's no sense in trying to get back into the mill and find a way out that way. At least outside I had the moonlight to help, or even the river. Inside it was darker and more dangerous to go wandering around blind. As I wandered away to the woods, I could hear Memphis laughing. I could hear Jack cackling to himself alongside. Nothing from Dominic, but that hardly mattered. I just had to get help. Help. Everything looked the same. Everything was the same to me. Everything was the same to me, given it was just tree after tree, step after step in a dark forest. I didn't even know which way was forward. Help? Anyone? There was no sense in keeping quiet anymore. I left those that we knew were dangerous behind me. Every step I took just had to be closer towards someone better. Or at least I hoped so. What time was it? What would my friends say once I got back? What was going to happen next? I just had to keep thinking things through, so I kept moving. Headed towards the sound of water, possibly because it was thirst, but maybe it was because it was just a landmark I'd use to try and navigate. Though even as the river came into view, the only thing I could register was the pain coursing up my side. How much blood had I lost? How much more blood could I afford to lose? You'd only lose around half your blood before you, are certainly dead. Well, you can only lose, 2. Out of 8 quarts, you can only lose, 2? Once you lose half, you're almost certainly dead. Breathing had started to become hard, and I wasn't sure if the cold in my chest was from the night air or from my wound. Walking along the bank of the river, heading downstream, I thought back on my life. Vacation was the most recent event, the most recent development in my life that seemed to shape me in what I assumed would have been a great way. For everything bad had happened, a bunch of good happened too. Immediately the fact that Tyson found a friend seemed to slowly become accepted into a group made me happy. I worried for him so long, but things finally seemed to be going well for him. As for Ross, I'm glad he was still fitting in. For being someone that I'd only known for a year, I knew he was a good person when I was with him. Then there was Dean and Orlando. As much of a mess I'd spent in the past year and a half, they both did their best to constantly make me smile. Orlando especially, as he'd been trying to for years. Necessarily that Dean just tried less. He just had a different method. All 3 of us had our troubles. The two of them made it feel normal. Thought back to Rosal and Sal. I felt I could trust both of them, just being wiser or at least smarter than me. I had faith that they'd do right by me if I ever got into trouble. Though, given my current circumstances, I wish that something had just happened to prevent them from coming through with a rescue plan, or if not a rescue plan, they had a contingency for me not being saved. Checking from my thoughts, I remembered where I was. Water. Just had to follow the water. If I did, I could possibly find my way back to the mansion. I'd done it once before, after all. Keep going. I have to keep going. Stopping only to take another breath of air, I continued on. A feeble whine escaped my mouth as I struggled to keep moving, half collapsing on a tree for support as I continued on. I heard a voice calling for me, somewhere far off, but it was my name. I stopped if only to see if I could tell which direction it was coming from, but it was hard to say. It was even harder to pick out who the voice belonged to, but they sounded worried. At the corner of my eye, I saw a brief glimpse of something moving between the trees, and thought it was Jack, but when I focused, I knew it wasn't. Spinning around the trees, I started to follow where it went. The only bearing I had given the river was all I had, and I knew it didn't run alongside the house. Laceration? What do you mean? Yeah, I think lacerations are technically different. Hang on, we're gonna look up the definition of laceration real quick. Oh, yeah, that would be called a laceration. A deep cut or tear in the skin. But as I approached where I thought it would be, I was greeted with more darkness, at least the first couple of times. At last, however, I came to a stop in a small glade with that figure standing there, as if waiting for me. Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Became aware of how hard my heart was beating my chest, and how hard I was breathing. Dad? He turned to look at me, waiting for me to get closer, but said nothing. That is it. Fuck. Didn't have the strength to reach out and touch him, stopping just shy of being able to reach out. Hey, sport. What's happening? Why are you here? You needed me. Though you're looking a bit rough there, buddy. What happened? He chuckled, though I could hear the worry. He still hadn't moved, and so I didn't either, just in case. A lot. I can see that. I need to get back to the mansion. I need help. I'm bleeding? Yeah. Well, better follow me then. He faded away, dissolving into the dark, only to reappear somewhere further on, as if waiting for me to follow. It was like this and was the way forward, up until I stopped to catch my breath. Dad, wait, I can't go that fast. Sure you can. Sure you can. Wrap up the wound. Yeah, he should be wrapping the wound, pressing against it, trying to keep the blood in. He called back, but his voice was somewhere else, somewhere far off instead. If you thought I could, then I would at least try. I had to try. Dad? What's the matter, sport? I'm sorry. What for? I'm sorry for not being a better son, for... Flinch as he reached out to touch me, but the contact never came. Sad he just pulled his hand back and shook his head. Don't go thinking you were a failure as a son, Dave. You died because of me. Saving you. It's the same thing. It is not the same thing. I made this choice and I'd make it again. When I found out that you were going to die, I was given a choice to save you, and I took it. We're gonna go with, illusion. Well, you died, and it's not so bad. I was devastated. Mom still hasn't recovered. I doubt I have either. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm hallucinating you right now. I was building myself up to yelling, but the more I did it, the more I did it hurt. The more I did it, hurt my throat dry. But the more I did it, hurt my throat dry. I'm not sure what that sentence was supposed to be. I just... Why didn't you say anything? What would you have wanted me to say, Dave? What would you have wanted me to say to your mother? Just, you left almost without saying goodbye. You left as if it were any other day with me and Tyson, just waiting for you to come home, and you never did. He disappeared again. Was I hallucinating, or was it actually him? A ghost, maybe, but at the very least... I saw him appear somewhere further on, as if guiding me forward. Yeah, it's probably hallucinations. Because to be fair, he's not only is he like stressed out of his mind, having been kidnapped and starved and stuff, he's also literally bleeding out, and he's had his brain fucked with by the fucking vault. So dude's not having it. He's been whacking out. He's wigging out. Dad. It didn't stop, but I was getting frustrated just as well as it was keeping my focus off the pain and tiredness. Dad, wait. But he didn't, instead just walking forward. I have something I need to tell you. He stopped, slowly turning around to face me, and waited for me to catch up. What's up, son? I have a boyfriend. That's great, son. I don't make it. You need to tell them. I'm not telling them anything, Dave. You'll have to tell them yourself. I'm still dead. In fact, introduce me after you do. And he was gone again, leaving me to pick up the pace in order to get back to my friends. My head hurt, my feet hurt, everything hurt. I found myself braced against another tree as I breathed in deep. I can just keep going, just a little bit further. There's a light haze to the woods now. I wasn't sure if that was because I wasn't sure if that was because it was getting closer to morning or the lights from the house, but I was willing to take it as a sign. Oh, Dad, we're close. I had just decided this. Maybe if I didn't just hope, then maybe it would come true. You think so? Yeah. Can you smell that? I can smell much of anything from having spent the past day between a dusty cabin and in a cellar surrounded by rusty metal. It smells like home. Home, like our home? Yeah. But that's impossible. We're not at home. We're on a mountain. Maybe someone else's home then. Dad, you know where we are. The mansion. Yeah. Dave, do you understand what's happening right now? I'm bleeding out? I didn't know. And some ideas and some hopes, then with that worries, but I wasn't certain. I'm not here, buddy. I know, you died. I died. You died a long time ago. Well, not that long ago, but yes, you're pretty sure I'm dead. And why are you showing up now? Am I going insane? Who isn't a little bit like peanut butter, son? Huh? Nutty. I cracked a smile, and that smile became a chuckle, then a full-blown laugh. That joke was real bad. You came up with it. Maybe I'm more like you than I thought. And I couldn't be prouder. Oh, that's adorable. No, you did learn that first aid. Oh, good on you, Law. Good on you. Whoa. With one last smile, he faded away, leaving me in the quiet of the forest. Having followed for so long, I was left without anything to guide me forward. I stood there in the dark, so we can hear the fucking sound of the forest, staring at the spot where my dad had been only moments before. He was gone. I just wanted to say goodbye. I wanted to smile at the irony of me forgetting to do it a second time, but I couldn't. I wanted to keep walking forward, but I couldn't. My feet wouldn't move. At least I was upright. Is anyone there? Silence. That's all that came back as the answer. Okay. I'm going to sit down. Tiredness and loss of blood was too much. Oh, where's this sweatshirt? I just need to rest. Well, I need to get back, but I wanted to rest. Reaching into my pocket, but I pulled out the photo again. I love you. Words weren't for me, but they were what I wanted to hear. They were what I wanted to say. Love you so, so much. Breath caught in my chest and I started to cry. I didn't bother to wipe them away. Sad that instead, thinking about my friends, my family, anyone and everyone important to me. I knew what was coming, and while I wasn't ready, I had accepted it. I sat there waiting. In a moment now, something would happen. I'd either slip away, or something else would happen that would make me question if I hadn't already passed on. Huh? Dave. He reached out for me and edged forward as if he was scared I'd break. I could see it in his eyes, even in the dark, that he was terrified. I'm okay. No, you're not. I'll be fine, really. Tried to flash him a smile, but it didn't come. Instead, just a pained grimace that caused him to reach out and cup my head. I could feel him. He was warm, even against the bitter cold of the night. Can you stand? Shaking my head, he carefully picked me up. It only made me cry and cling on tight, having felt that I had finally been saved. Warm. He was warm. I thought I wouldn't find you. But you did. Yeah. He had me against his back and carried me. Each step careful, but at the same time, I could tell that he was trying to hurry. Are we going back to the mansion? Yeah, just keep talking to me. What about? Anything. Please, Dave. Just keep talking. Tell me about your boyfriend. My boyfriend. You're going to laugh, probably, but it's Tyson. He said nothing, but I could feel his grip under me tighten slightly. It's funny. I never thought it'd happen, but I think I'm happy. You think? I'm happy. I love him. He loves you too. It's weird though, like being brothers, but also not. Don't worry about it. I miss him. He misses you too, Dave. I just hope that the symptoms caught in my throat. I just see him again. I just had to. You just hope that what? Huh? You just hope? Oh, I don't really, come on, Dave, focus. You don't need a break, do you? I'm good to keep carrying you. Give me a small one. My whole body's just kind of sore. He set me down gently and laid me back against the tree. The moment I could, after the ground under me, I sighed and looked up at my dad. Thanks for coming to save me. I couldn't leave you out here, Dave. Still, I never thought I'd see you again. It's, breathing was becoming more difficult, and I reached out for him. Funny, Dave. I'm just so glad that you came, Dad. He said nothing, but I could tell his expression went grim. Dad? Dave, what? I'm not dead. What? Uh-oh. My eyes slowly adjusted and I saw Tyson. He was crying. He was... Dave, I'm here. Ty. I couldn't leave you out here. I couldn't just wait. Thank you, Ty. Just hold on a little longer, alright? We're almost back. Ty, I saw Dad. I thought he was. I know, Dave. It's alright. Sorry. Why the fuck are you apologizing? I'm sorry I didn't find you sooner. Just stab you that. That what? I didn't get left behind. I'd never leave you behind. Not now, not before, not ever. You saved me from the cold, so I'm gonna do the same. Fuck what Osland said. Fuck what everyone else said. Love you that damn much. Yay. So I'm gonna pick you up and take you back to the mansion, alright? We're gonna patch you up and get you home, okay? Okay. Don't you dare give up just yet. Now is not the time to be giving up, Dave. Uh-oh. Alright. Just a little longer, Dave. That's all we need. Please? Dave? He'll be back soon. Easy for you to say. Both of them went in there and we've seen neither. It's like you're not even worried. Of course I'm worried. It's just... there's nothing we can do, is there? Could go in ourselves. Dave is out there and we're just meant to sit and wait? That's why Dean and Tyson went out. It's why Dean went out. Tyson just went out on his own because he's stubborn. But he was right. I go on and say I'm wrong. You're not wrong. But I didn't want to run the risk of getting hurt, knowing that upset Dave even more. But no buts. We just have to have faith that we'll see one of them soon. And we've heard nothing from Haas, Benson, or Oswin. Not since you asked me 5 minutes ago. But something could have changed. Then go inside and find out. I imagine they're still going over a plan to get everyone out safely. But we know the exit. And what about Oswin? We just leave him behind and make Benson sad? Yes? Orlando? You're right. Sorry. Before you know it, we'll have news. Wait, do you hear that? Is it Dean? Tyson? I'm not... Oh no. No, this can't be happening. No. I tried. I really tried. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I take full responsibility for this, but I had to see. And I estimated, what I mean is, can't believe that it's over though. Experiment failed, and it's my fault. Hopefully next time will be better. Not that it helps now. It's never easy though. It's never easy to have to tell you that I failed. Another amount of countless years ahead of me before another attempt, feeling I've let you down. Sometimes I wonder if it's been worth it. Seeing you like this, sometimes I wonder if there wasn't an easy way out, but... yet again, we're just left with this. Not that you can remember it as well as I can. Please say something. Anything. Anything I can say or do, or is it better that I just... Sorry. Just promise me that the next time around you won't remember this. Promise me that you'll leave it to me to stop this from happening twice. Is that okay, Master? Okay. So Roswell is the Master. Day was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. Pain, the guilt, everything hitting me all at once. For so long, everything I'd planned, everything had been planned out to prevent just that. Dave was dead. The memory of it was fuzzy. What happened next? Going downstairs, seeing him limp in Tyson's arms. Orlando wailing into the night sky. It was awful. So busy thinking about every other way it could have gone bad. That the simplest outcome was what happened. But something matters worse. I couldn't remember the details. What other bits and pieces were left were up to Thanatos to remember. All came back to that one memory I had. A strong memory from a long time ago. I'd only known it was one because Thanatos told me. The worst part is, I could still feel the fire prickling at my skin and fur. I smell the smog and ash clogging my nose and making it hard to breathe. I'd hear Tyson screaming up above, and I could taste the blood in my mouth from where I'd coughed it up. Amidst the heat and pain, I knew where I was. I just didn't know why. Thanatos was there, but... Are you here, Hypnos? I wasn't talkative. Wasn't really much of anything back then. Apparently, just watching, waiting, listening. I think I'm the last one alive. As much as the smog made it hard to breathe, I was able to laugh. A cold, bitter laugh, despite the fire raging in the house. It was a cruel reality that landed us here, events far outside our control. Hey, did you know this was going to happen? He didn't give me anything. He didn't give me anything away. He didn't give anything away. Instead, just watching still. I need a favor. Please. He was listening. If I die, if you can save them, if you can save my friends, I've been saying fast, but pleading for salvation from a robotic rat was all I had left. If not now, then sometime later. I knew what he was and what he was meant to do. So if there was a chance, no matter how small, I had to gamble on it in hopes that things wouldn't turn out this way. Hypnos, despite everyone else dying, you're going to live on, aren't you? You're not going to die, you're just going to... He came closer. I assumed it was a show of affection, that he knew what was happening. You should have been called Thanatos. Thanatos. Mimicked my voice back at me, sliding kind of his head, gesturing that he paired it back as a question. A god of death, not sleep. If you can't die, then I am a god of death. So please, Thanatos. Oh, save my friends. Opened my eyes slowly. My head was hurting. Oh. So, good morning. Thanatos, I'm not getting up. Well, Roswell, it's time to get up. Things got really fucked up really quick, chat. I could hear him scrambling from the floor up to the top of the bed. I rolled over in an attempt to ignore him. I'm not ready to be awake. I'm not ready to be awake yet. Sure you are. What day is it? Good question. Let me check. I got the memory of him checking his memory for a few seconds before proudly declaring the answer. By how we're measuring, this is the 23rd day of this iteration's experiment. So, yesterday. Oh yeah, I totally knocked you and Dave out. Oh! Why? I thought it'd be funny. Yeah, hilarious. Oh, lighten up, you were fine. Dave's probably fine. What do you mean, probably? Has he not woken up since? No? I swear, if you've done something to him, that'd get us nowhere. You know I wouldn't. On purpose, anyway. Yeah, wait, Thanatos has a different... Huh, he does. I suppose it's because Thanatos is more personable to Roswell. Like, he's not just talking to, like, another piece of experiment. He's talking to his master, his actual owner. Like, the person he respects, I guess. That'd get us nowhere, yeah. Do you remember what happened after I put you under yesterday? More or less, I think. Tell me. I woke up mid-afternoon, sometime before dinner. Osmond was there injecting me with something, and I felt a little better. What else? I slept for a little more. He gave me another dose, and honestly, I'm feeling pretty good at the moment, just waking up. Alright, good. So we know that's the way you get up, and going again. Good. So we know that's a way to get you up and going again. Hey, I need you to check something for me. Hey, I need you to check something for me. It might take a little bit, but it's important. What? I need you to check your memories for when Dave dies again. Because I resonated again, somehow, for some reason. Well, don't look at me. I didn't do anything. I know you didn't. I don't need to explain it again, either. I'll explain it to Dave, then. It's happening to him as well. I think so. Hard to say. But it's no problem. I can totally go check my memories for all the bad stuff. What are you going to do in the meantime? Go back to sleep? While I do all the work, fat chance I'm letting that happen. He kicked me lightly in an attempt to move me out of the bed. Move your ass. You know I can't move it myself, otherwise I would. You're not my mom. Or your dad. Right, so get up, please. What's wrong with sleeping in a little longer? If I have to be up working on the experiment, then you do too. Thanatos, you don't even sleep. I sleep. I sleep. Enough. Spoken like a true college student. Coming from the guy who doesn't know what that's like. I smirked, though it faded fast upon remembering why that was. True. Sorry, I was on autopilot for a moment. It's fine. You know who else is awake? Just us. Oswin and Benson. Everyone else should be in the rooms if nothing has deviated from what's happened before. Alright. Kick my feet out lightly from under the cover. Under the covers to start to get up, pushing myself to sit, and then rolling forward until my feet touch the carpet. Where are you going? To go have a talk with Oswin. I'll be quick. Fair enough. Let me know what happens with that, alright? You're just going to stay here after all? Well, if the bed is free, maybe I'll use it to get some sleep in.
Hey, I've been so busy reading the fuck. That's why I stopped, because I was reading all the new message in chat. I've been so busy reading this, I completely forgot like chat was a thing. What's up, y'all? How y'all hanging? We just saw a bad ending. We're on day 23 altar. Limited unit version of day 23. Spend all your stones for it now. I don't really have jokes for this chat, if I'm being honest. It's like, what the fuck is going on? That's really all I can say.
Rolled my eyes so they changed out of my pajamas and into proper clothes. Please do search for me. It's important. Don't worry, I'll get it done after I get my voice set correctly for Dave. You're really not letting up over that. It's what Dave knows. If I did anything else, it just ruined the fun.
Oh, right. Okay, so he talks... So, his default voice is actually Roswell's. But to hide who's his master, he swaps out his voice. Okay.
You're weird. Have fun talking to Oswin. Then before you go, how's my voice? Sufficiently ominously robotic? It's very unnecessary. I'll work on it. If I find out anything, I'll come find you. I've forgotten just how cold the house could be so early in the morning. Many times in my childhood, I gotten up early and wandered around.
What do you mean, Dave? Did I say something stupid solar night? We're on 23 altar.
Having the house to yourself would do that. No kids around, no parents, though Benson and Oswin were close enough. Benson seemingly always watching, Oswin occasionally hovering off to the side as if I was just some strange creature. Even the hidden passages, I knew them all. Though knowing them all was not that impressive when there were only 3. One here, even the one here, the one in the basement, and the one just outside the kitchen. They all linked up anyway. With the exception of this, the strange door that looked like what Thanatos had also existed in the library, but on different systems. Thankfully, the code to this door was easy enough.
You got some good sleep. Oh no. You may have missed quite a I'm almost certain you did miss quite a lot.
Though I didn't understand the full weight of why, part of me didn't care enough to ask. Mom was Oswin's sister, after all, or at least they were close enough that they considered each other family. Why her name was the password to this door, in particular, was a mystery to me. Not that it mattered anyway. The whole concept of family was a strange one for me. With Dad working long hours, and Mom doing the same, I was used to just spending time alone, keep the place manageable enough without being messy, get my homework done, simple stuff.
Are we on a bad ending?
More often than not.
Yeah, okay, so basically, so you know the whole thing. Okay, so good old days. You know how like Roswell and Oswald are going to go visit Memphis, Tennessee. You missed Memphis. You did. You missed him like completely. Actually, you missed him completely. Well, yeah, you did. You both did, I guess. Hang on, fucking jeez. Hang on. Okay, turn. How far back can I scroll? Nope, it cuts off at the days. Yeah, it'd just be easier for me to load at this point. Oh, this defaults to 2. Okay. The fuck are I talking about? Yeah. You know how Dave went to go meet Memphis? Well, Roswell was going to go with him, but for some reason, Roswell was knocked the fuck out. So, Dave had to go with him, but Memphis changed up the deal at the last minute. Instead of keeping Oswald as hostage, they kept Dave as the hostage. Dave was with them a few days, it sucked a lot. Then, when they were about to let him go, they stabbed him in the side, and Dave had to work his way back to that mansion. But he kind of died on the trip there. And then we flip back to day 23. But alter. Yeah, he didn't, and it's spoopy. It's definitely a reveal. It's probably not Florencia. Also, Roswell's Thanatos' master. More often than not, I'd found myself dropped off in this very house for prolonged periods of time, semi-homeschooled by the only other boy here, though the chores were handled mostly by Benson. As I stepped into the lab, I could see Osmond there, already looking to the door. The place had been closed off, but a quick entry of the door code into the panel beside it released the lock. Good morning. I grumbled something back and wandered closer, jogging myself into the open chair beside him. Is the assassin in?
What? Not happy to see me?
Yeah, that was Tyson. That was actually Tyson. Dave was just hallucinating a lot. He was dying, chat. He was not in a very good spot.
What? Not able to see me?
It's not that.
Ah, well then.
He always seemed so energetic when we were alone. Almost like dealing with a tired Orlando, or maybe a slightly caffeinated Dave. Still, he hurried over to the door to the lab and locked it again, ensuring we had privacy.
Did you want to see a magic trick? I've been working on a new one.
Are you the same person? A magic trick? Now?
I thought you liked magic tricks.
I do, but of all things you could be working on.
Wynn had been taken out of his sails and he sat down heavily in his chair, swiveling as he thought. So no magic then. Fine. Sorry if things were a little different. I'd be interested, but I had a dream last night and I don't know what to think about it. Different to your other dreams. If Thanatos were here, he'd correct me and say it was a memory. Ah, I see. So they're getting worse, or maybe not worse, but more vivid.
Oh, chat. Since fucking Garon mentioned fairies, did you know that Fairy and Fiend in Yu-Gi-Oh aren't actually what Fairy and Fiend? It's only the localizations because they can't use the word angel and devil. So that explains why all those cards are fairies. All those weird angel cards. The fucking heralds are orange. Heralds are fairies. Fuck. Did I say heralds are orange? Ah, god damn it. I've gotten about 4 hours of sleep today, chat, because I was up at like 11. Because I was up at 11, fucking posting things, uploading things, and then I took like a small nap because I knew I had to at least do that before stream. I'm not going to go to sleep after this. I'm just going to get back to working on that video. Also, fucking those Patreon supporters, they get access to early viewing and stuff. Ugh. And for those of y'all that are in there, what do you think of the brand new Animal video? It's not the finished version. I still have like a bit more to do on it, but it's mostly done. You should watch it. I only have like one more day to like fucking make any final drafts or edits and stuff, you know? I need to get it done. The moment I get that done, I'm gonna get started on the Ruri Dragon one, so no bank account. I mean, I got one. Still no job though, so it's more of just a bank loss. That wasn't a good joke. I'm sorry, chat. I can't say I'm a fan of that. What do you require of me? To listen. Alright. Breathing deep through my nose as I gather my thoughts, looking around the lab, I tried to focus on anywhere other than the pair of eyes staring at me. I don't know if what we've been doing, what I mean is... You can just say it, Thanatos is in here. I'm having second thoughts, wondering if maybe he lied. Well, I can tell you for a fact that he wasn't invented to specifically double-cross you, or even really think half the things he does. Right, he was just meant to be a friend. But now you have a question. But now you've questioned it. Now you have questioned it. Other things are a bit muddied, right? Oh god, what the fuck do you mean, Archer? How many hours are in this? How many more hours are in this? Yeah, basically. We aren't quite sure if his mother is Florencia, though. Oh, one way to say it, sure. From one of his drawers, he pulled out a small piece of wrapped candy and handed it to me. After I'd taken it, he grabbed one for himself and started unwrapping it idly. You know, Roswell, things are bad enough that if you wanted things to stop, you could still stop them. I know, but what would the cost be? Not what I'm willing to pay, mind you. He regarded me over his glasses with this piece of candy still half unwrapped in his fingers, mine untouched. Didn't like you to turn down a piece of candy. I wrapped it the rest of the way and put it in my mouth, something fruity and sugary. The faintest hint of tartness in my mouth made my mouth pucker as I rolled it against my cheek. Yeah, that's better. Oh, it's just, you being here makes things so much more complicated. If you weren't, I could have just, done, lived with the guilt for a couple weeks and that'd be that. I'd be dead, but everyone else would be alive. It's not as if me being here has really stopped your attempts, however. Even attempting Benson's murder, no doubt. Excuse me? Looked to the door as if making sure it was still closed before sliding closer to me, bringing his voice low. So Oswin lied. He knew all about that. So Oswin knew who the boss was and was just being Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I will make the VOD. I noted that things are a bit when I let the clips play, it was quiet. That's because there's actually like a limit to how loud I can make a clip be before the sound starts to get blown out. Like, would you believe that the sound audio for the clips is already doubled? It's already at 200%. And it's still that quiet, yeah. Looked to the door as if making sure it was still closed before sliding closer to me, bringing his voice low. I know your determination to save your friends is that strong, but you'd willingly shoot Benson. You'd even consider making him a target. Does it matter? They've stopped it, and it's not as if he's one of my friends. He grabbed me hard by the ear, hard enough that I squealed in pain, but it was quickly pulled into his chest into some awkward hug. Now you listen here, boy. Benson is family. You do well to respect your elders. Why the pause? Be frank, I don't think he'd let you kill him, unless he, let you kill him. And if he did, where's the problem? You said yourself that you didn't want me making my friends murderers, or me living with the guilt of killing one of them myself. I know you weren't raised to be that warped in your logic. Where is your compassion? Roswell, what the fuck, bro? I mean, it's probably not direct. Oh, well, depends on whether or not he directly ordered, Thanatos to do it. What do you mean? Well, he and Roswell are much more related than established. Like I didn't understand that. I didn't assume. I didn't assume that Oswin literally knew everything. Because Roswell is the one that is Thanatos' master. He's the one organizing all these loops and getting everything fucking flowing and everything. So he's just trying different permutations. You tried dealing with these nightmares of seeing everyone dead, Oz. How about you deal with the prospect that countless times that you don't even remember you're responsible for the death. You're responsible for the deaths of those you care. Watch your tone. The worst part, I still don't know if I'm doing it right. If I screw up, everyone dies. I'm stuck between watching everyone die or choosing to save any number of them I can do by doing awful things. The way. Oh, that's the wrong voice. The fuck, YouTube? What do you mean you're not receiving enough info? It might be getting lag because YouTube's yelling at me for stuff. You relaxed and I pulled away, dropping back into my chair. It's not fair, but what choice do I have? You don't need me to tell you that you always have a choice, Roswell. I just wish the choice was better. So do I, Roswell. So do I. I guess he is kind of psychic. Using the fucking resonance thing, he can see people being fucking moidled. I should maybe go get coffee or breakfast or something. Before you go, are you still fine with coming with me into the woods? Me? Sure, it makes sense. But I don't know why you'd want to double check that. Because it's polite. Also, I just want to make sure you're actually wanting to come. I have something important for you. And give it to me now? Not while Thanatos is around. He's always going to be around. He's going to be around long after I die, you die, long after everyone dies, and will remember and tell me anything relevant anyway. What the fuck is YouTube doing? Not this. This is something I'd rather you not hear from him in any loop of this universe. Oh fucking fuck! What is going on? Why aren't you receiving enough information, YouTube? That's literally all you're telling me, and it's not a lot of it. It's not a lot. Ugh. Yeah, YouTube is yelling at me about it, and I don't know how to fix it. It's literally doing nothing. It's just saying, well, they're not getting enough information, so YouTube can't do a steady stream. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? You're giving me no solutions. I'm already unwired. Can't do much better than that. You're being weird, but fine. If Thanatos is going to be weird, I guess you get a pass too. Why, thank you, my dearest nephew. Though, on the topic of Thanatos, where is he right now? In my room, checking his memory for me. Seemed to be contemplating on that, almost wanting to say something, but he held back. If he wasn't going to be prying, then I wasn't going to offer anything. Did you want anything from the kitchen, Oz? I could hear a mumble under his breath, something out of me calling him uncle, but I ignored it, and waited for his reworked answer. No thank you. I shall see you later, Roswell. I made my way back to the passage and closed it behind me once I'd emerged from the basement. Are things still laggy for you? Because I don't know what to do. YouTube's just being upsetty spaghetti at me. It was quiet, though I could hear movement. Had the others started to rise already? Then something happened. Each step I made heading upstairs towards the foyer was made clear carefully, just in case. What do you mean, mocha? I don't know, man. Something about the... Oh, fuck. We see Dave's sprite. That's weird and fucked up. I don't like it. Oh, yeah. Now I can do the joke. What was a joke? Peering around the corner where I'd emerged to check who was about, my breath caught my chest briefly, and I pulled my head back. It was Dave, pacing back and forth, lost in thought. I just watched him for a bit, wandering around without having noticed me yet. At some point, I figured I waited long enough and made myself known. Dave? Roswell? He quickly looked around for someone or something and started to leave upon not seeing whatever it was he was seeing. For a moment, I thought, thought what? Thanatos, after yesterday? Ah, that. Right. I could see the expression he was giving me somewhere between suspicious and concerned, but honestly, I had my own worries. Had he figured it out? Had Thanatos let something slip? With how often he'd been partnering up with Dave, I just had to trust he had things under control. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm feeling, well, better than I did yesterday, that's for sure. Oh my gosh. It's so interesting. I honestly fucking love this. Seeing a story of the same events from a different perspective. More visual novels should do this. You know why? Shall I have bed rest? I'd likely be getting blah 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 blah. Time to not kick in before it to keep me going. Wait, when did that happen? Seemed that Thanatos was telling the truth. He was fine, but must have been out of it up until this morning. He does. He does do the fucking dad poses. I wonder which came first, Dave's sprites or probably his dad's. When? I guess it had to have been sometime after you found me in the rec room. After you knocked me out, you mean? After you knocked us both out. But you woke up sometime after that. Yeah, the Oz went injecting me with something. He really needs to stop doing that. Given how much better I'm feeling by comparison, I think I'd be willing to let him pass on that, blah 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 blah. So no Thanatos, no idea why he did what he did. No Thanatos. Was Dave expecting to see Thanatos? And nothing at all happened to him. And nothing at all happened to him between what had happened back then and now? What do you mean stream died? It's telling me that stream is healthy right now. Maybe keeping him unconscious was the way to go after all. At the very least, he could do anything to put himself in danger. Not with that attitude. Roswell. Sorry, maybe that's the short answer anyway. And the long answer? What the fuck is stream doing? Do you remember much about what happened after you came to the rec room yesterday? I showed up, you had a medal, and said it was a trap, yeah. What in the fuck is stream doing? Right now it's telling me that stream is healthy, yet apparently it's fucking dying? What? I wandered over to the stairs and sat down, cradling my chin to try and puzzle out how Thanatos had thought getting me in there in drug-addled haze is a good idea. YouTube moment, though. YouTube memento, though. The teddy bear boy? He does have a plush. Admittedly, I don't really remember how I got to the rec room. Just that I was kind of in a daze. I remember running into Thanatos somewhere just outside of my room, though, and he must have led me there? And the medal? That part I remember. He handed over to me shortly after I collapsed into the beanbag. Alright, and the medal is where now? In my room, but when he handed it over, I remember him saying something like, now we just have to wait for the hyena to show up, and a few minutes later he did. Blah, 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 blah. You tell me, Dave, I don't think you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're probably right. Internally, I breathed a sigh of relief. If there was one constant I could plan on, it was how readily Dave was willing to let things go. Infuriating for any number of people for sure, but really convenient when the poor guy kept putting himself in harm's way. Oh. So, oh god, he's like an adorable borderline suicidal dog. Like, homeboy, stop walking into the fucking traffic. Just get over here. Like, can wag a treat in his face and he'll just turn around and he'll just turn away from the road. Hang on, I'm eating a fried right now, chap. I got Wingstop before stream started. For those of you who weren't there when I said that. What? Well, I think we're basically... I think what we've seen where Dave getting fucking stabbed and dying... You know, just another one of those resonances Roswell seems to have, where we just kind of see a bad ending. Now we shifted to Roswell's perspective to kind of hope we'll fix and keep Dave from being moidled. Yeah, words. I didn't think the trap was going to be a literal sound trap, though. When does he get out of knocking us both out, though? I was out until this morning, but you were woken up. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it was because I'm being medicated? It was why I woke up. Not that I was awake for long before sleeping again. It was nothing. It was something I'd have to bring up with Thanatos again. There wasn't a good reason why Dave would be unconscious for much longer than I did unless he'd done something different to him. Given we were both in the room when the sound trap went off, I had no idea. Yeah, the Dave death is like the very recent and current topic. Remind to take a page out of Tyson's book. When I see him again, Thanos is being a jerk and knocking people out. Catch him off guard near an open window, and he might be able to enjoy a little bit of defenestration. Probably be fun to throw him out of window. Oh, yep, Dave knows what defenestration means. Probably be fine throwing him out of the window, if only once. Feel my eyebrows go up. Faint smiles crossing my face. You know what the word means? For coffee, even. Yeah? Didn't seem convinced, almost confused, as though how he knew though. Yeah. God, these are just his dad's expressions. It's weird how there's no line saying, dude, you like gesture exactly like your dad, like everything. Even the fucking weird hand stuff. Click Dave, look unsure for a second. The fact that I think Thanatos would be more injured by the fact that you threw him out a window hard enough to make it shatter. Granted, he is heavier and denser than a real rat, robotic and all that, so... Didn't seem convinced, almost confused as to how he knew the word. Maybe he just got lucky, maybe he'd forgotten he knew, but he ended up just shrugging it off. So, what happens now? I did have something I wanted to talk to you about, actually.
Are you fine with going into the woods later with Osmond? For the Dominic thing, I mean. Before I could reply, he shook his head, continuing with within the brief pause, he allowed himself to breathe. I know it makes sense for you to go, and know that it's all relative as far as it being fine too. What you're planning for if something goes wrong, being lucky isn't going to cut it. Yeah, he's so much like his dad, just doing all the gestures and stuff. He could do a fucking if he was playing charades, he could do his dad very well. Who would have thought that Dave would be good at impersonating Dave? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? You're normally not so alert, or, it's important, Roswell. If you must know, yeah, on this counts on my luck. I didn't think anything else would really we can do compares to what an organized crime family has as far as resources go. Resources goes. I could see him speak up, but I shook my head, cutting him off much the same way he did to me. You'll have Benson and the others. You can just make a plan for the worst, but there's no sense in worrying too much about it. Just have some faith, Dave. Quite literally, Dave Jr. Faith. Alright, so how are things good for y'all? Yeah, how are things for y'all? Because YouTube is still yelling at me. Stream still spotty or what? Alright. Hello? Chat, you still there? Can y'all even hear me? Oh dear. What in the heck is going on? Oh, chat, say something if you hear me. Or just type something in, because I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, this is just the end of stream. Fuck it. Oh gosh, this is not going good, chat. Tune in on Sunday for the video. Issues. I'll have to work on. But as always, thank you for watching. This is your host, Kiri, signing off. Signing out. Bye. Yeah, just lots of technical difficulties, that's for damn sure.